Once in a while. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. And look who shows up. Tiffany's here. Yay! We might have a couple more pop in, but welcome, everybody, to Saturday Reading and Productivity Sprints. We're probably going to go till about 5 o'clock tonight because I was just telling the ladies I got to go to the grocery store. But why don't we start by, because we don't do this very often, why don't we introduce who we are and what you're reading? Because, there are new people who might not know you guys. So tell us about yourself and your channel and show us what you're reading.
All right. Who you want to go first?
Go ahead, Elizabeth.
All right. I am Elizabeth from the channel Lizzie Faye Loves Books. And like Storm, I usually have a stack. So this is my stack right now. It looks a little intimidating because I've been reading this one for a while, but I'm on track to finish it at the end of August now.
Wow.
I have about 30 chapters left. Sorry, I was eating some salad, so I have a mouthful of salad. So I'm on track to finish that by the end of August. And then these two I'm on track to finish by the end of this month. So I've already read about 30 pages in Thursday Murder Club today. I've got 60 pages left. I may have to finish this tomorrow because this is fantastic.
I was going to ask, are you enjoying it?
I'm loving it. Yeah, love it. This one I started in February for the Little House Readathon, and this one and one other actual biography of Laura Ingalls Wilder. And I finished the Laura Ingalls Wilder book earlier in the month, and I picked this one back up, and I have 3 chapters left. So I read 1 chapter this morning, and I was going to read 1 more today, and then 2 chapters tomorrow and finish that up. So Melissa Gilbert and I are about the same age. She led quite a different life than me, but I enjoyed watching her, on television when we were kids. And so I thought it would be interesting to read. So
excellent.
Yeah. Oh, and on audio, I finally picked up today. I picked up my CD box set of the Debbie Mackenberg Angel books. And so I am listening to Season of Angels right now. I'm about half done.
Are you liking it?
Yeah, it's really cute. It's
good.
At first, I thought it was going to be all about, there's one of the storylines is a lady who just thinks that she's not going to be happy unless she has a baby. And so it turns out, though, there's like 3 storylines. Each of the angels has a storyline.
Yeah.
But the thing I really liked, they made it real clear early on that how this story is going to go with this lady is that even the angels were discussing it, she has to be at peace with herself before God is going to let her have a baby. You can't find your happiness from having a baby. You've got to find your happiness within yourself and from God. And I thought that's great, because I think that's true of all kinds of things. In fact, my daughter who just walked in, she has autism and epilepsy. And, I had to come to terms a long time ago that, she has seizures, and she may have seizures her whole life, and I have to be fine with that. I'm not, sure, I pray every day that they go away, but, anyway, if y'all want to meet her, she's having a luau right now.
Hello.
She likes to put on.
Oh, I love
it. I
say
love
hi?
your way.
Hi. You say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, she was watching Bug's Life, and it's probably over. But I'll come and once you put in something different, and then I'll come and rewind that for you in a little bit. Okay. All right. Anyway, I knew she was going to come in just about the time that we that we got on. So I like how it's going so far. The Angel book.
Fantastic.
Yeah, awesome.
How about you, Storm?
So currently I have 2 books over here. So I'm wanting to work on my book collection, like tubs and stuff. So I figured I'll just listen to an audiobook. And so I have Doom in the Deep. It's the Camp Murderface for 2. It's a middle grade spooky book.
Nice.
And everything. It's fun. And so, and then if I get tired of doing that, I've got Christmas Bride by
nice.
Marie Farinella that I'm still working on. I'm getting there.
Oh, you are.
Well done.
I'm beginning to wonder, though, why it's called Christmas Bride.
Because there's no Christmas in it?
No. but they're married, but on the brink of divorce.
Did they
So-
get married at
Interesting.
Christmas?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I mean, do they like maybe at the end renew or something? But
Maybe they
Potentially,
gotta renew
yeah.
it.
because I'm
Yeah.
like I don't get it.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm
I don't
reading this
understand.
going, they're gonna have a baby and they're already together. They're split, but it really reminds me of a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Oh, okay.
It does, because like they're not together, because of something that happened that she thinks he did and everything, but she can't tell her Nona that they're not together because Nona loves him.
Okay.
And so she asked him to spend Christmas with them so that she doesn't have to tell her, because she's kind of frailing in health and that she's there, and everything. And so everybody else knows that they're kind of having troubles, but Nona.
Nona
Nona.
is
Not
probably. I was gonna say Nona probably knows more than they think she knows.
Right? Yeah.
Yes, no. You can tell that she knows because she gets these little smiles when she throws them together and things.
Mhm.
It's like it's
That's
like
funny.
You can't get anything past Nona.
She's lived a long life. I'm pretty sure she
Yeah.
can pick up on the tension and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
That's going on.
Exactly. Oh, that's
So that's why it
hilarious.
reminds me of because I've seen that kind of a thing on Hallmark where they're not really together because but Nona knows.
Yeah.
Grandma always knows these things.
Always.
Name for a book. Nona knows.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome.
But you too.
I'm Tiffany from the Beach Bum Bookworm. Hello. My channel's about cozy mysteries and a little bit of romance, but mainly cozy mysteries.
She also rocks it with author interviews, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you. And I have a slew of books going on audio. I'm doing Trapping Turkeys and Thanksgiving, which is like the 25th, 6th, 7th, somewhere in there, of Campers and Criminals. I'm almost caught up as of today. Tomorrow may, be.
I was going to say,
new
it sounds
books.
like you're in a race to catch up before there's
Before she finishes the next one. Yeah.
And then I'm reading on ebook. I'm reading Botched for Murder, which is the 4th Sophie Kimball series. Love it. And then for a romance, I'm reading Broken Miles, which is the first book in the Miles family. It's a small town, family owns a winery. This one's Second Chance. It's a husband and wife that have divorced because he was a workaholic, but he's come home to help with the winery. It's in financial trouble, and they're kind of getting thrown together again. Because Nona, no kidding, there's no Nona that I know of. And then the last one is for my nostalgia read. I'm doing A Sleepover Friends. It's number 7.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I
How
totally
about you?
forgot to introduce myself whenever everyone.
Yes, please go ahead.
Go for it.
I was like, here's what I'm reading. But
Well,
yeah,
we're so used to it,
everybody-
right?
Yeah, I'm so used to it. But yeah, it's Stormy
Tina,
from Storm
bite
Reads, of
your
course.
tongue.
And I read just about everything. As you can tell, I had a middle grade and an old romance. So
Nice. And I will have linked to everybody else below when this is done. So please be sure to subscribe to the ladies that you haven't subscribed to yet. I also have a slew of books going.
hey, look
Look
at
at me.
there.
Nice.
On audio, I am listening to one that Miss Marple knows. The Murder at the Vicarage by Agatha Christie. So I think this is like unofficially the first
Yeah.
Marple, right? Yeah, because
They say it's the second one, but the first one is like a bunch of short stories that introduces Miss Marple.
yeah,
and
but
I'm
this
like,
is
I'm not-
officially the first.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not like a big short story person, so I considered that the first one whenever I read it.
Yeah, I just started it yesterday and I didn't go into the office, so I didn't have a lot of audio time. I'm about 50 pages in. These aren't terribly long books, so I'm hoping to get a good bit of that listened to. Garrett and I were out all morning, so now I'm like hunkering in to read for the rest of the day. I've decided, I had a lot of comments on my Harlequin Anticipated Reads video about like, oh, I hope you get to these books so you can review them. And I'm like, yeah, I can do that for you guys. I will take one for the team. So I am reading The Rancher Meets His Match by J. Margot Critch, which is a desire novel. The one I just finished was the love-inspired novel, My Alaskan Companion, and it was cute. It was cute. I liked it. Also working on a NetGalley read, another desire, it just so happens, and another Alaska book, Alaskan Blackout
Ooh.
by Joanne Rock. which is quite good. And last but not least, this one has actually been the one that I'm like really enjoying, is The Lost Heart Triplet by Nicole Helm, which is an intrigue. And it's a set of triplets, obviously, and one of them at the very beginning of the book is dead. And it's like, who killed her? Kind of an idea, right? But they hadn't seen her in a decade. She ran away 10 years ago, and now they found the body. But it's not like it's the body from 10 years ago. It's the body from last week. So someone recently killed her. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So far, I am enjoying it. But anyway, that's all that I am reading. So welcome again, everybody. I know, look at me reading all the books. Hopefully I'll finish some of them at some point.
Exactly.
Let's jump into some comments. Andreas, I think I'm saying your name correctly. Hi, you all. I'm from Denmark. Welcome to Denmark. And I love category romance. My read today is Lawless by Nora Roberts. Best wishes from here in rainy Denmark. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
An excellent choice. You can't go wrong with the Nora Roberts.
What time? I'm just curious. What time, and is it Saturday? I really don't know.
Yeah, no, I think. Well, I know the UK is 5 ahead of us, so maybe they're like 7 or 8 ahead of us. Maybe Eastern. Maybe.
I think that's a good guess, but
we could Google it, but why don't you let us know, Andre?
Well, yeah, we could absolutely Google it, but I just thought I'd ask since.
No, I agree. I think that's a great question because, like, I'm wondering how late in the. That's why I kind of wanted to do some of these sprints in the early afternoon because then you get people from overseas, right? So, yeah. Thank you for joining.
Really awesome.
Hi, Kat. Hi, everyone. I'm reading a Binding Chance by Jessica Brymer, book 1 in the Messy Bookshop Mysteries. I'm enjoying it so far. Fantastic. Oh, spoiler alert, Storm. Which one? The Tamara Berry?
Yes.
That I read? 5 stars.
Yay. Oh, good.
I will rave about that in my video tomorrow. I just wanted to let you know. I meant to tell you that.
It was that ending, wasn't it?
The ending was, I was like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm like pulling into work and I'm like, no, I have 10 minutes left.
It's different, like not different, like in a great way. I really enjoy that series.
I loved the daughter. I really loved Gertrude.
Yeah.
She was delightful. Emily, hi everyone. I'm reading the new Crew of Hunters novel Whispers at Dusk. Fantastic. Nice. Excellent choice. Hummingbird, good evening everyone. I'm going to read on my Kindle, but it's having technical hitch at the moment. So I'm going to read The River by Peter Heller. I have from my library. Excellent. Stupid Kindles. Hey, Cav. No idea what I'll be reading this afternoon. Just coming out of a power outage due to storms yesterday. No. So I'll be listening to something and tossing my food in the fridge. Oh, I'm sorry, Cav.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That's a real big bummer.
Well, my friend Barb in West Virginia said they had a pretty nasty little storm up that way. She said they were out there chasing down a patio thing or whatever that was about to go through the privacy fence into the neighbor's yard. So they were running.
Oh no!
Rain trying to get it.
Oh no!
I was like, oh no! It sounds like it would be something kind of fun to watch. You know, them
running. Yeah. Not fun to be in, but fun to
not
watch.
For them.
Yeah, exactly. Hey Jane, hello. I'm listening to Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. Excellent. Cajun, hi everyone. Reading Mischief Nights Are Murder, Poppy McAllister, number 8. That's the one that comes out at the end of the. Or it's already out. It just came out, right? The Halloween theme.
Yeah,
yes.
I think it just came out.
As the running chorus that I always say, I have it from Neck Alley.
Is that the only one you have read? You're going to be reading her.
You know me well, Storm. Alicia, hi everyone. I'm reading Her Sister's Death by K.L. Murphy, a mystery almost halfway very good. Fantastic. Hey Courtney, hi everyone. I've hit the worst reading slump this week, but I'm slowly working through Business or Pleasure plus editing, plus some video editing and cleaning. Very productive. Yes. Very productive. Nadine, hi everyone. I'll be reading Hello Stranger by Catherine Senner. I have 124 pages to go, and I am enjoying it. Fantastic. Barbara, good morning. Going to finish breakfast in 5 years. Nice. I love McDonald's breakfasts. Tina, hello, y'all. I'm reading Wildlife, Warrants, and Weapons by Tanya Kappes. We may have a bingo. Rena, hi everyone. I'll be reading The Celebrants by Stephen Rowley.
Yes!
And PSC number one, Christie's great. Well, it's Christie's great idea. Yeah.
But-
Fantastic.
That's awesome, Raina. I'm so excited for you.
We were in the thrift store today and we were looking at Garrett found 2 more of those Gordon Corman books. He was super happy. Like of the editions that he read when he was young. We went to a town that's like an hour and a half north of us just for something to do. And they had the most amazing value store, like Value Village there. So anyway, he found 2 books and he pulled one off the shelf and it was a Babysitter's Club book. It was number 2. And he's like, how many covers did they have? Like, it's a lot. Do you want this one? No, I don't. Put it back.
I should have sent y'all. I did get your Nancy Drew books mailed, by the way, and I should have thrown in that Gordon Corman book I found at the same book sale. That was one of those McDonald Hall, Bruno.
Yeah. He now has the first 5. He needs the last 2.
I think it's
So-
number 6, and I should have stuck it in.
We found it at thrift books
Another
too.
$23 to mail it. But if he doesn't have it by like the next time I want to mail you books, if he doesn't have it, I'll
No. We'll order off of thrift books for no. But
Oh, I
thank
know.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I know how much expensive it is to ship, and it just that's why I got to send you something in return. Because
No, you don't. It was a gift.
Hi, Hannah. Hi, everyone. I'm going to be reading The Wishing Game. Excellent.
I can't wait to hear what you think of that, of the
Mhm.
Wishing Game. I've been contemplating it. It looks really good.
I was going to buy a copy of it, but I can't justify the Kindle price. And the hardcover sold out everywhere. Like, I can't get it on Amazon. I can't get it on Chapters. And I said to Garrett, if I give it 3 months, there'll be 1,000 copies at the used bookstore. I'll just buy one there. You know?
Yeah.
Patience.
Just give it some time and let some of the hype die down as well. So.
Because I know damn well I'm not reading it when I buy it. So I can
True.
wait.
That's like me in The Fourth Wing. It's like,
Yeah.
even if I was to like grab it from Libby, it'll be one of those where I'm like, I'm not ready for it, push it back. I'm not ready for it, push it back. So it's like, I might as well, not even.
Exactly. Hey, Pat. Good afternoon, everyone. Reading Pink Lemonade Cake Murder by Joanne Fluke.
Wow,
the
Pat's
series
caught up
that
on the
cannot be named.
series. Nice.
Well done.
Pat and
Emily.
Cajun both.
Right? Hello. I'm working on a reread of As Long as the Lemon Tree Grows for book club tomorrow night. Excellent.
Cool.
Hey, Ginger. Hi, guys. Still reading Death of a Red Hot Rancher,
Yes.
but we're leaving shortly to go to my wrestling event. Oh, that sounds like fun.
Ginger, are you enjoying that? I really liked it. Did you?
That
figure
was a
out that
really
the
cute
Rancher
book,
was,
yeah.
I'll
not
get
the
super
Leopard?
excited for wrestling for Lee because, she likes her.
Right? She would be very excited. True.
And the only thing stopping me from reading the second book is that I don't know if there's going to be any more. So this part of me doesn't want to be like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want to savor it if there's not going to be. And I
know
hope
because
there
I
is.
loved the
It was
first
a good
one.
series. Yeah.
And there's too
Oh.
many good series that you really enjoy that cut out at 2. And it's like,
Yep.
I know. Barbara, Pat, how are you liking it so far? Yes. Let us know, Pat. Retiring to read. Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Hello, all. Hello, all. I'm reading A Death in Door County, a monster hunter mystery by Annalise Ryan.
Oh,
Interesting.
I've heard of that one, yeah.
Melanie. Hi, all. Finishing Get Away with Murder. Excellent.
Yay!
PK, hello. Hello, everyone. I finished Role Playing by Kathy Yardley, 4 stars. I'm contemplating starting Garb August early because I have a much anticipated new releases on Tuesday. I have 3 options to choose from. Share with us your options. We might help you choose.
I need to start some of my chunky historical romances.
Yes, you do.
Because some of them I was like, oh man, I really want to read these, but I couldn't find them on like audio or ebook even. So it was like, oh well.
Oh, that's frustrating. So frustrating.
I'll be reading them in September.
Pat says, Barbara, love it. That's fine. You know what? A month is a month. It doesn't make any difference.
Well, that's one of the things that I do like about the readathon is it goes by page count or whatever, how many points you get.
Oh,
So, like if you don't finish the book, but you read 300 pages, then you can just look at the page count for the 300 and you can mark down the points that you got, because you read that.
I love that idea.
Even if they said even if you DNF a book, you read 40 pages, you look and see how many points you get for 40 pages, and then you put it in there. So.
That's fantastic. What a great idea.
Yeah,
I love that.
like that.
I really do. That's excellent. Kelly, hi Kelly, hi everyone. Trying to finish 2 books before Garb August. It's pretty much the boat a lot of us are in, or before the August readathons. Let's put it that way. Pat, don't forget the thumbs up. Thank you, Pat.
Pat, nice.
Cajun says,
Doing my book collection stuff, I see a lot of books. It's like, oh, this would make a good Garb August book.
Yeah.
Romances and stuff. It's like,
To be fair, because I'm doing the category, like 3 of the books I could consider to be Garb August books. 2 desired and intrigue novel. Like, I always think genre fiction works for Garb August, right? So yeah, I think that would work.
Well, it's like out of like some of my historical Harlequin historicals I got. I picked the one that the cover looked like the most. I think Garb Augusty kind of like cover. So
I got a book at the thrift store yesterday, and Garrett and I both went, "Whoa!" with the cover. Like the lady on the cover is about to have a wardrobe malfunction. Like it's that, but I'm like, but this is a Harlequin novel. I'm like, well, that's going in the bag because I'm sure that will work for something. Sandra, PK, I so enjoyed role playing. I too might dip into my Garb August TBR early. Excellent.
Nice.
Hello, Emily. Jen, hi everyone. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, Jen. Hello, Sina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, I love Hallmark Christmas movies, and I can completely see a movie for that book. The actress, and even hear, whoops, hold on. Her saying Nona.
Yeah, that's why I was reading it. It's like, this has got like the perfect like Hallmark kind of.
That's what you want, is that Hallmark vibe, right?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of Christmas. It's snowing outside. There's a blizzard. The lights have gone out. All you can see is the blinking lights and stuff.
Yep.
Like that.
Awesome. Tina says a new Campers and Criminals came out yesterday.
Bite your tongue, Tina. Bite your tongue.
And there'll be one out again on Monday.
Right?
She's just finishing it off now.
As soon as she gets done with that one, she'll look and be like, oh, I'm caught up. And then she'll see that.
I'm picturing the narrator going, really? I just did this last week.
Right? I wonder if she just does like 3 at a time. Like,
yeah, like here's the next 3. Oh, they wouldn't take long to narrate. They're super quick books, right? So
I'm pretty sure she probably does. I mean, she writes, what does she like puts out about 3 at a time? So she probably writes them, probably then sends them to them, and then they do all of them, and then she just puts one out every so often. That way, kind of spread them out a little bit.
Kind of spreads it out. Yeah, no, for sure.
the narrators behind her writing. She's like, I'm too behind. I'm trying to get caught up.
Yeah.
I feel like it was like less than a year ago that I was asking her to write a Z book, and there's already 3 more after that.
Yeah. And she has other books. Did you see that? Storm, don't you read the Kenny Lowry?
Yeah.
Did you see there's a new one?
I knew there was another one, but is there like a new one? Because like
in August, a new one.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that. I haven't got to the other one yet. I have to film my new releases tomorrow, and I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, I need to tell Storm," because I was thinking that was a series too. I'm gonna have to put the one I haven't read on my list soon.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got out of that series because like it got halted, but now it's back, and it's like, I need to get back in.
Yeah, because you'll be 17 behind in about a month.
Yeah.
Because that one first came out. It was with a Henry Press, I think it was, and then I guess they like chopped it off and like quit making them, and so then she didn't make any for a while. So I thought, well, it's stuck at 7. I think there was 7, and then I noticed, like, oh wait, there's another one. And when did that happen? And you could tell that one was done by her and everything, and not Henry Press. So she probably had to wait until she got like the rights back to it because it had been a couple years, I think, or something.
Fair enough.
Gotcha. Thank you, Raina. I saw, hope you're feeling better. Thank you very much. I definitely am.
You sound so much better.
Oh,
I was really concerned for your Wednesday. I thought, oh, she sounds so bad.
Wednesday was a lot of fun.
I'm glad it all worked out. Sorry, my computer's giving me fits today. Cajun says, Tina, there's no catching up with that series. It is very, very true.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Even if it's only for 2 weeks, I'll be caught up.
You'll be caught up. Yeah, you could pat yourself on the back. Hummingbird says, I love Miss Marple even more than Perot. Excellent.
I don't know. The verdict's still out. I've only read one Marple, but I thought it was okay. So far, I like Perot better.
She's not really in it. She's just like shows up like, here, do this. And then she goes
and I
away
think
again.
that's the thing. Is it's like, they talk about her in the one I read, the one that you're reading. That's the only one I've read, and I'm like, they talk about her and everything here and there, and she might pop up now and then, but it wasn't till like the very end that she's like, I'm here to solve the murder. And it's like, what?
Yeah, it was the same in the 420 to Paddington. She's in the beginning of the book, and then she starts the investigation, and then she buggers off. And then she comes back at the end and she's like, I figured it out.
I got
it. Where the heck have you
been? Nobody can be
hilarious.
Perot's little gray cells.
This is a true fact. But I think I haven't, the only one I've read of Perot is Murder on the Orient Express. And I did start the Murder of Ackroyd, but I never finished it. But I just love his character from the Aggie Morton series.
Oh,
That's what makes me like him. You know what I mean? Like, so that's funny. One of my current books I'm reading is A Ring to Claim Her Crown by Amanda Sinelli, a Mills and Boon Harlequin Modern Presents category romance story. That was one of my anticipated reads. I'm hoping to get to it very soon. Hooks and horseshoes. Christy, hi Christy. What are each of you using for recording devices for this live? I am just using my laptop, but I have my Logitech webcam just because it makes things look a little bit better. What about you guys?
I am on a desktop computer that we bought just last year, I think at Black Friday, and I'm just using the webcam from that, and no extra microphone or anything.
So,
yeah, I'm just using the webcam that's on my laptop.
I'm on my laptop. It's just a Mac Pro. I don't have any extra.
We're not fancy people.
and when I'm filming video, I don't know about you guys, but filming video gets filmed on my phone.
It gets filmed on my phone. Yeah.
But I have to do this on here because I need to be able to see the comments, right? I'm not going to be like on my phone, right?
Exactly.
So, should we jump into a sprint?
Sure.
Excellent. Let me find a pretty background.
Yay.
If I can.
Love it.
Make sure we go to the right website and not the wrong website. Let me see here. I might have to remove my Logitech camera because I think it's slowing everything down on me. So I'm going to pause, but I will put it up in a few minutes. So happy reading, everybody.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
Gone.
How'd you do,
Oh.
Tiffany?
Sorry.
That's okay. You're fine.
There.
You're on mute, Storm.
Thought I pushed the button.
Nope.
I got to 45% of Camp Murderface. That's what it looks like.
Well done.
Not too scary.
Is it when you say not too scary on a scale of like Scooby-Doo Shaggy level and it, where does it really lie?
That's a big scale.
I know, because I don't know really anything in between, because really anything above Shaggy getting scared, I'm out too. Like I'm like, oh,
well, yeah, it's probably too Tiffany spooky, but I would say it's only like a level or two above Scooby Doo. It's not real bad, but
okay.
I got to 30% in The Murder at the Vicarage, and I am enjoying it. Everybody's confessing to the murder at this point.
Oh, that's funny.
Are you listening on audio?
Yeah, I got on audio. Richard E. Grant narrates them. He's really good, and I had to slow it down at first just till I got used to his voice, and then now I'm okay with it. But he does a great job.
You have a different one than me, and that might help you a little bit, because I got confused a lot because I kept thinking that Miss Marple was narrating it when it's not her, it's the vicar.
It's the vicar.
And so having a guy do it would be a lot better.
I didn't realize there was a different edition.
But they had the lady who plays Miss Marple do the narration.
Okay.
And so so it was really easy to think that it was her.
But still, that's
I would
still
get confused every now and then, and and especially since she's not even in it that much, and it's like the vicar, like most of the, and everything.
Sure, yeah.
Richard E. Grant would be a lot better.
I got
How did Elizabeth and Tiffany do?
I got to 44%. Sorry if you were talking when I first came back. I had the sound off because I was getting distracted by the crackling of the fire.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I like it. I think it's very relaxing, but like
make you fall asleep.
I get distracted and focused on it. So I had turned the
fair.
Sound down. I got to 44% in Botch for Murder, the Sophie Kimball, and Harriet's up to, her insane. Yeah.
Love it.
She's yeah. She's a hoot, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, I was working on editing, but I should have been reading because, like, you guys have mentioned already, just since we've been on here, several books that have reminded me of books that I was going to try to get to by the end of the month. And I'm like, oh, I forgot that one. Oh, I forgot that one. Oh, my goodness. So,
well, it doesn't help me going back through my books and like looking at them while I'm like putting them into my spreadsheet, because it's like, oh, look how pretty that one is. That one
I know.
And you know what? I'd like to know, expert on Harlequin or whatever it is. Why is it the beginner like historical ones have numbers on the side, but then
I don't know why they did that. I don't know, and it's frustrating. So what I do, because I catalog them all and put them on my shelf in numerical order.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's what I do. Is that I go on Fiction Database, type in the title, and it will tell you what number. And then I know I'm defacing a book, people. I write the number on the inside cover.
So I have a Harlequin question while we're asking, because I watched your video about your thoughts on Afterglow.
Yes.
Okay. But I'm still confused on the basics. So category is like love-inspired, blaze.
intrigue, desire.
Intrigue, blah blah. Okay, so what's
Yeah.
the other thing that you always say?
And they have like.
Oh,
the-
Karina Press.
No,
Oh, I know.
imprint. What are you-
Okay, so I use the words interchangeably. So category romance is romance books that all fit into a category. You have all
Like
the desire
Love
books, all the
Inspired.
intrigue books, yada yada yada.
Your lines.
Or they're lines. So I use lines
And they're small.
and and lines and categories. I kind of use them interchangeably.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the intrigue line. It's the desire line.
But
if that
imprint
makes
is
sense.
the same thing.
An imprint is the same thing. It's the desire imprint. It's the blah blah blah. I know it
Okay.
confuses
Well, I
new
just wanted to
people.
make sure because so Afterglow, is that just becoming another category line?
That's what they're saying, and that's where my anger comes in because it's not.
Because it doesn't have the same. Well, like these are older, but they have like this little thing over here that says Harlequin historical.
Okay.
And on all the new ones, they have like that little thing there that says all the imprints, but the Afterglow doesn't have that.
Desire
Okay.
right there, and then same with the other desire book right there. If you stand in your Walmart and you're looking at the books, you can see the desire books. You can
Yeah.
see the intrigue books because they all have that.
Well,
And, you know,
this
the
logo,
purple
if
is
you will.
intrigue, and the yellow is
You
this.
know,
and the,
I don't. I mean, I definitely have read more Harlequin than I ever knew. Not category, but
Sure.
like books
Yeah,
that
then you have
were I
these
thought
that are
just
Harlequin, but
standalone
then-
books
yeah.
that I just thought were standalone by randomly Jill Chavez or Susan Mallory, and then you'd see, and then you're like, no, that's a Harlequin. I'm like, huh? But not
Harlequin-
category.
Harlequin books are not necessarily category books.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't even
Right.
know that. I had
That's
no
fair,
idea.
and that's fair.
So-
This is HQN, which is Harlequin. And
Right.
It's got
It's an
the
imprint.
H on it, but it's not a category.
Right. So, my thing, and again, I don't read a lot of categories, so I really don't have a lot of skin in the game, I mean, in any way. But
She said skin. She's talking about romance.
Zing.
One of those no pun intended, right?
My Beavis
Is
and
that,
Butthead
like,
moment.
even though the covers have, changed over the years, no matter what, you could look at a cover. I could pull out one of my grandmother's covers from 19 whatever, and
Yep.
it's a Harlequin, and I can go into a store and pull up one of those books that you just said and know it's a Harlequin. I don't read those kind of things, but I'm just saying you recognize it.
That's
The
right.
new covers are pretty awesome.
They
but
are
they
awesome.
don't look anything like a Harlequin book
And
or
I
a
think-
category book. Let's say
Correct.
that category
And
book.
the bigger issue is for the fans. I can tell you, I can't tell you who the author is, but I know at least 2 of you have read her. She's spicy. She reached out to me the day after that video went out on Instagram, and we had a 2-hour chat on Instagram
Oh wow.
because she was telling me she writes for Desire Storm. That should give you a clue. And she said that I voiced what the authors complained about, because the fact that they claim they're getting rid of Desire and putting this line in its place, that's not the case. So a lot of them were actually left high and dry. Like, they had book contracts that they could no longer put anywhere because the line was gone. So they now had to move them to a different something. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's been interesting. It's interesting. I don't like change, people. I don't like change.
I don't like change either when it comes to the covers because that's kind of bland. We went from pretty
Well,
to
right.
bland.
But the other thing, like I said in the video, that like a category romance, okay, they've gotten more expensive. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But still, like, this is $5. So if I go into Walmart, I can spend $5 and I can get a book, right? With the new ones, they want to charge $17.
that is
Because
That's
they're
no
like the trade paperbacks, right?
Yeah,
They're
Because
big.
in my opinion, these have always been meant like you're walking through the grocery store, you got your kids, you're putting your stuff in, you're like, oh, look, there's a book. I would like to read that. In the cart it goes, and you don't have to think about it. Whereas that, you're kind of like, oh, I don't know, $17? Does that make sense?
When you see them and they look little like this and they're thin, you're like, oh, $5. And then if you see one that's like thicker like this, it's like, oh, it's a bind up $7 or something.
Right?
Like that. It's going to be $7. So
Or it's a more famous author or something.
Precisely. Precisely.
So this is the first time hearing about it, and I missed your video, but it's so funny because while you were talking, I just went over and Googled what is Harlequin Afterglow, and there's like a couple of text things, and literally your video is the very next thing that I'm
Yeah.
like,
That is
go,
awesome.
Sarah on Google.
I literally
so
said,
cool.
I guarantee you I've now been blacklisted by Harlequin. I honestly think I've.
But your thumbnail says, I have opinions. You are entitled to your opinion.
Mhm.
You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think the other thing is too, is because we heard about this over a year ago and it's been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And then it comes out and it's like, okay, the books look cool. Don't get me, it's not about the books. It's about what we were promised and what's being delivered on.
And
That's the
isn't
difference.
it like a lot of it was supposed to be like about diversity or whatever? But
And
I mean, they have diversity in the other lines, so I don't see why they had to make this separate line.
I
Because
know.
I mean, you have the ones that you like to read by that Rowan.
Rowan Parrish, she does the male romances,
have
which
those,
are
and I mean,
enjoyable.
There's a lot of like
Mhm.
Black American type things and all that.
Authors
Kind
of color, and yeah.
So
So,
if they would have kept all the categories they have now, which how many do they have?
Oh God, 11 right now.
Oh, okay.
If
So
you
if they
include
would
11 Inspired?
if they would have had 11 and just added Afterglow as a 12th, would anybody have any issue at all?
Probably not.
It's really that they're getting rid of the other one in place of.
They're
And I
jumping.
mean the price and all that stuff. I
That's
mean,
that's my yeah, and it's they're jumping on a trend which they've done before, and I've seen it fail before. So they want, like I said in my video, you walk into Barnes and Noble and you look at the first thing on there is a table that says, popular on TikTok, and there's all the Colleen Hoover books and all the Katie Robert books, and
Yeah.
which is fine. They want their books on that table, which is fine. They're publishers; they want to sell books.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I
fair.
get it.
Yeah.
I'm not faulting them for that, but I'm just annoyed that they promised something that ended up not being what, or maybe
Yeah.
we all misconstrued it, but it wasn't.
and
just me.
also for collectors, those books are gonna stand out because you're not gonna be able to have them all, and they're gonna be like.
I can tell you right now, I won't be buying them.
So,
I'll probably be borrowing them as an ebook or
Yeah.
as a or borrowing them from the library, because I'm not paying that. I'm sorry, because you're right. I'm like, already I'm having trouble because I have some of the Love Inspired in the true large print, which
yeah.
are like the big ones,
Mhm.
and I'm like, how do I fit these on the shelves? They're pretty, but what do I do?
Yeah.
But no, always happy to answer any questions. Like, not that I'm an expert, but I do my best.
Well, you kind of are.
You are, yeah.
Yeah. You kind of are.
Steve's like, why hasn't Harlequin hired you yet? And I'm like, after last video, it's off the table now.
They're like, clearly she doesn't have our vision anymore.
Yeah. And Brie, I was talking to Brie about it too, and I was telling her, and she's like, no, that's not going to happen. And I'm like, okay.
We'll see. And now that you're like number 2 on the, when you look for Afterglow.
Right,
Just
exactly.
the first video.
Actually, that comes up. There was one I did on what is category romance. And if you search that in YouTube, I think one video for Harlequin, like that Harlequin themselves put out, and then my video is next. Okay.
Nice.
All right, let's see here. PK says, I keep seeing role playing around. Looks like I'll have to read it because I like the idea of romance with older main characters because we all deserve love and romance too.
Absolutely.
100%. Role playing was so good if you guys have not read it.
Yeah, I'm wanting to read it. I'm hoping that I can find it like on Libby or something.
It gets spicy. There's a couple scenes towards the end. It's a very slow burn romance, but I actually skipped them and didn't miss anything at all.
The spicy doesn't bother me.
Mhm.
It's the dirty talk I don't like.
And there wasn't
why-
any. Oh, so no more Tessa Bailey for
Yeah,
us.
so that's why me and Tessa Bailey have parted ways.
Yeah.
When I can't skip over it and still read the book, I mean,
Because it's like skip. Yeah.
it's like every other page you'd be skipping or whatever.
Serenity says, hello, ladies. I'm going to start the sprint doing my daily devotion, and then we'll be going back and forth reading between The Man from the Train. It's about the Vasali axe murders in Iowa.
Oh.
Ooh, we'll also be starting a blanket. Oh, that's exciting.
Cool.
Tiffany's down for the blanket, not so much for the axe murderers.
I mean, I hope that you're enjoying the axe murders. I also hope you can sleep tonight. That's all.
That's
I'm
right,
saying,
yeah.
'cause I wouldn't.
It's still. It sounds like it's still early wherever she is, so she has time.
It would not matter. But okay.
There you go. Hello. Here in Estonia, it's 9:16 p.m. There you go.
Well, we're happy to have you. That is so cool.
Yeah, for sure.
That was
Anna,
an hour ago, so now it's 10:16 p.m.
10:16 p.m. Still, that's awesome. Anna says, I'm currently doing a beta read for a client and writing out a reader report. Oh, that's exciting.
That's
Fun.
Is it just, you don't tell us who the author is, but is it a well-known author? Out of curiosity. Andreas, it's 20. So that is, I'm horrible with military time. Is that 8?
So 13 is 1.
I think that's 8 p.m.
So
It's 8, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
I think so. No.
military.
But that is
thereabouts.
awesome. Thank you again, and it is Saturday.
he's
Thank
in-
you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
I think he's in Denmark, right?
That is
Correct,
That is
yes.
awesome.
And that was an hour ago, so it'd be like 9 o'clock now, I guess. So he sounds like he's an hour behind Lena.
Oh,
Interesting. Interesting. Nadine says, I finished reading a good book yesterday. I also gave it 5 stars. It was so good. I liked the writing style. Me too. I thought, and I listened to it on audio, and I adore Tanya Eby. She is one of my favorite narrators. She's so good. And he says, hi, Elle.
Yay.
I'm reading Stalking Around the Christmas Tree by Jacqueline Frost. Good
Yay.
choice. Hello, Stephanie.
That's
Welcome.
Tiffany's demise book, right?
Yeah. The death of,
Oh,
AKA
it
the
is.
death
I
of
was thinking
Tiffany.
she was reading the first one. It is.
Or I think she's reading the second one because I know the first one is 12 Slaves.
Yeah, no, she's reading the
That's-
latest. She's reading
that
the
is
one.
the
that
latest.
Yeah, because
before
the second one was the knife before Christmas.
it. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Have
There
I
you go.
been offed yet, Annie? And are you figuring out who killed me?
Who done it?
Who done it?
Who
I
done
think
it?
that's the one that everybody's going to read really slowly, trying to
Right.
figure out who done it.
Not to tell Jacqueline Frost, aka Julianne Lindsay, what to do, but what would have been delightful is that if she's used the rest of us in the sprints as like possible
Suspects?
suspects.
Yeah. Like if there's a character named Mel or Melmac, and we know,
Yeah.
we know that's the one.
And all she does throughout the whole book is just roll her eyes, like at all the things.
Every time the sleuth asks a question, she rolls her eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God, this again.
Hysterical.
Julianne, just mentioning. Stephanie, hello everyone. I'm watching from Germany, and I'm really happy to catch you live. Normally, I rewatch the sprints because they were too late for me. I'm so glad you're joining,
Oh,
Stephanie.
Awesome.
Again, that's why I'm really happy to do this in the afternoon. Dina, yay for Tamara Barra being 5 stars. That was me and my mom's first cozy mystery. Oh, great choice.
That is awesome.
Stephanie says, I'm reading A Quiet Life in the Country by T.E. Kingsley.
Are
Kingsley?
you liking that one? I want to start that series.
Anna says, I'm second in line for the new Poppy McAllister. Fantastic.
Ooh, nice, Hannah.
I think it's Morgaine. Hello, I'm going to be reading Mooncakes by Suzanne Walker. My other current reads are How a Poem Moves and To the Lighthouse. Exciting, excuse me. I'm not a big poetry reader, but that sounds good. Tina, I didn't get to be at the Christmas Tree Farm live, so I just wanted to say that book was amazing. A new favorite series.
Oh, good. Yeah, it is. It is my
Fantastic.
favorite by her for sure. I love it. That's awesome.
Fantastic. And a Hello Stranger is so good. I definitely recommend. And then Emily says, I gave Hello Stranger 2.5 or 3 stars. I keep going back and forth. Uh-oh. Well, there's the 2 opinions of the day.
I was gonna say, there you go. You've got 2 very different opinions on the same book.
The
It's always
wishing game
fun.
is so
Nice.
cute so far.
Yeah, there
After-
was somebody on one of the lives that gave Buried in a Good Book like 2 stars. Was it Regina? On the
I don't remember.
somebody. And now I would like to know why they didn't like the book. I'm like, I should have asked then. I didn't think of it.
Right? Interesting. And this is the wishing game is so cute. All the people who are reading the wishing game right now who don't normally read romance, I want all of you to then go and read one of Tiffany Rice's much more spicy books, like The Saint.
Ooh.
I still want to read her books. for October, November, and December.
You know what? If you're gonna read Tiffany Rice, like spicy Tiffany Rice, you start with those ones because that's tame spicy. Because it's Blaze, right? So they can only go so far, but they're really cute.
They look really nice.
The covers are delightful. I can't understand why I like them so much, but they're
I
good.
know.
Cheryl says, "Hi everyone. Sorry I'm late. You are never late. I wasn't watching the time. I'm listening to Paul McCartney, The Life, or reading Hot Buttons by Kylie Logan." Excellent.
Nice.
My mom and her sister were actually talking about Paul McCartney yesterday. My aunt's like, "He's 80 now. He's awfully old." And I'm like, "You guys are not that far from He looks
It's fun.
though.
It's funny when my dad says something like that. Whenever I say, "Oh man, I can't believe that this person's so old," and he goes, "Wow, I didn't know they were so." I said, "Dad, you're not too far away from that age, you know."
Yeah.
Well,
I saw a video the other day. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
It was Paul McCartney, and somebody was showing him a video of like these young kids, and they were being interviewed, and they were like the Beatles, and they started going na 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 na. And they were doing that. And so they were like, "So, Paul McCartney, what do you think about that? People so young, like relating to your music." He's like, "Easy lyrics."
I was gonna say, yeah, that's not really hard to remember.
That's funny. My grandmother, who, I mean, we all know how old she is. She'll say things like, there's a woman that she helps out in the community that's 100, and she helps her, and she gets frustrated with her because she thinks she's stubborn, and she's like, "Tiffany," she'll say it to Kevin and I both. She'll be like, "Tiffany, when I get old," and we're like, "When?" I mean, I'm only teasing her, but I'm like, "When? What are you talking about, woman?" That's past that stage.
That's the other thing my aunt said. She goes, he's the same age as Mick Jagger. And Mom's like, "He looks so much better." And I'm like, "Yeah, because he hasn't done the drugs that Mick Jagger has done." It's a little different.
Yeah, some people have aged a little bit better because of how they live their life.
Absolutely. It's a thing. I thought that was funny. Hannah says, I think I might get a nom in Goodreads Book of the Year. Oh, a nomination.
Oh.
It might get a nomination in Goodreads Book of the Year. My apologies.
That
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Which one?
I think The Wishing Game.
Okay.
That's been a huge hit. I mean, it was
really
Book of the
popular.
Month, right?
Like almost everybody I see on like YouTube has been reading it. That's why like, well, I want to read it, but it's one of those hyped ones. So I'm like,
I'm gonna wait until the hype dies down.
Yeah. So.
Ginger says Cheryl has a second one. Cheryl says, "I've got the Door County or Country book on my Door Country is beautiful part of my state, especially known for its cherries." Oh, that's exciting.
Cool.
Love cherries. PK, 5 options. Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. Livid by Patricia Cornwell. First to Die by James Patterson. Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. NYPD Red by James Patterson. Well,
those are all very different books.
I immediately want to strike Patterson.
Magnolia Parks is really thick, I've heard, but I know a lot of people that have really, really liked it. It doesn't sound like something I would like to read, but
and I've heard a lot of people also really like Shatter Me, but that's the YA one, right? That was big.
That's
for
a
years.
YA one, yeah.
Yeah,
and then Livid by Patricia Cornwell. That's going to be like a crime one, so I'd go for that.
absolutely. Yeah.
I have no guess, so whatever they said, I'll third it.
And it says, "Can someone explain Garb August? Is it just trash books?" It's yes, and I mean we're not saying trash like it's a bad book. We're
Trash
just saying
in a loving way.
trash in a loving way. Like I said, I think a lot of genre, basically any books that people would look down at you for reading. And there's different prompts and there's different like weekly things and stuff like that. So, hello, Garrett.
Trash.
Garrett.
Trash. He's on the other side of the computer.
It's a vampire romance.
Yes, but that's it. Like if you look at some of like the prompts and stuff like that, it's like to read a book that's a novelization of a movie. So you know what I mean, like Planet of the Apes or all the Star Wars books and stuff like that, right? Like that's trash.
What you calling trash? No, I'm just kidding.
And basically, when they call it trash, it's just somebody reads it, but they don't necessarily collect it. They toss it into the trash.
Exactly. Yeah. Magical Emma Rose, love your name. Hello, everyone. I've just had dinner and I'm going to finish a reread one of the Bake Shop mystery books.
Yay!
It's got so many great food scenes. I might have a second dinner. I love that.
That's awesome. I can't wait for the new one. The new Bake Shop comes out this month in August.
Is that the Brie Baker series she's talking about?
That's the Ellie Alexander, or at least. But well, there's
not Brie Baker. You're right.
Bake Shop, but the Ellie Alexander has a new one coming out. It's the Halloween one. It's like it's a playoff Catch Me If You Can, but it's Halloween like Catch Me If You Candy. I think
Catch Me If You Candy.
Fun.
Something like a playoff that. Yeah,
I love the cover of that one too.
It is. It's awesome.
It's so good. Yeah.
There's so many
series
that have to do with baking. So
I know. That's why I said it might actually be another one, because sometimes they overlap in their names and everything.
I love this comment. Cajun says, I heard I enjoyed role playing. It took a sec to click that it was a book.
Same here, Cajun. Same here. I've never heard of that book.
She's like, huh? You're all just sharing this? I mean, you do you, but like.
This is a
if I didn't know it was a book, I'd be questioning things, but I remember whenever she read that one. So
yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
He says, I am reading a series by April Lynn Pike, 4 books left, trying to finish it before the end of the month so I can record for Beachathon. Fantastic.
Yeah, nice.
She says, and working on my first commissioned blanket. Oh, that's exciting. Well done.
That's so cool. Okay.
Very cool. Emily says, Hannah, yes. In the sense that it's books that people would judge as garbage. Think about reading a bodice ripper on the train. People will silently be judging you. Well, I'm going to judge you if you're reading Harry Potter. But I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I was like, I don't have any of my bodice rippers over here that I'm categorizing. I've done a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. Hannah says, thank you. Emily says Sarah has some cute videos for Garb August. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Tiffany is still making me want to buy a Bison Rancher.
I see, Ginger. See,
right? Hello, hi everyone. I too am reading Death in Door County. Is it County? Really good description of the Great Lakes, their current shipwrecks, and the Niagara Escarpment. Also, my love of cryptozoology and Wisconsin. Okay, I stumbled over the word county or country, but I got cryptozoology, no problem.
I mean, Donna always knows. She knows things about all kinds of things. It's such interesting things. I'm always impressed, Donna, with what you're reading.
That book has me convinced that I might have to look it up because of the cryptozoology part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like the Niagara Escarpment part of it because we live not far from that. So that might be interesting, topographical.
Right.
Anna says, that's me with the Meg Langslow series. I'm caught up until Tuesday.
Right. There is a book coming out of that one too.
Hi, Mitzi.
Hi, Mitzi. The best Miss Marple is a Caribbean mystery. It showcases her wit, and she's all the way through it.
Yeah,
nice.
I like
Okay,
one.
thank you. I'll have to look for that one too. Ginger says, y'all have fun. I will catch up on the next sprint, but my book is going with me. Always bring a book with you. It's just good form. How long's the sprint? Sorry, guys. It was till the top of the hour. It's going to be to the top of the hour, so I know I'm behind on comments. We've been chatting, and it's fine. Is a new series by Annalise Ryan. She also writes the Coroner Maddie Winston Mysteries and a spin-off series of Helping Hands. Maddie's colleague, a grief addiction therapist. Interesting.
Oh.
Gare, hang on. I'm going to talk to you in just a second, love.
Oh, yeah, that's the Monster Hunter mystery. Okay.
Oh, okay. Tina says, I watch this ambience all the time, and it perfectly fits for the campers and criminals.
Agreed.
So that's my favorite one. That's the one that has the UFO in it. But you've got to be watching it like it happens towards the beginning, and it's fun. That's a fun one. I may not be able to stay the whole time as I fell on the porch the other day and broke my collarbone on the right side. So I'm going to take things slow and rest here in spirit, though. That's great.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. I hope you feel okay.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Nita, hi Nita. Hey, excited to enjoy the sprint.
We are excited
Also
to have
reading,
you.
yes. Also reading Soul Taken by Patricia Briggs, 132 pages in. Well done. It says, good morning, good morning. I love that we're getting like people from first thing in the morning to like 9 o'clock in Estonia. I think that's awesome.
That is really cool. Hello. Good morning to you.
Roberta Hertz just came in reading Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, book number 4 in the Bridgerton
I was
series.
gonna say, I think that's number 4.
Yep.
I got
Colin
number
Hamilton
5
story.
on my number 5's on my August TBR.
Which is To Sir Philip with Love.
Mhm.
Like that one too. Eloise's story. So we'll sprint again to the top of the hour, everybody.
Awesome. Sounds
Very
great.
good. Happy reading, y'all.
Happy reading, everyone. You need to talk to him. Kyru, go see Daddy. Go see Daddy. Good boy. Good boy.
Hello, all. How did everybody do?
Good. I kind of hopped around. So I read, finished up the chapter in the Sophie Kimball, and then I read a chapter in my romance book, and then started a chapter, but didn't get it finished in the Sleepover Friends.
Awesome. Oh,
Hey, sorry about that. I got a chapter read in Prairie Tales, so I've got 2 left. On track to finish tomorrow, the next day. And I had to run help Emily with something, so I was just like getting back.
very good. Storm's still on mute. I'll let her finish. I have the Rancher Meets His Match. I also have it on the GlowSat from Harlequin, and that one does the text to speech. So that was great. I didn't do the text to speech, but the problem was, for some reason on my Samsung tablet, it's a British voice. And I spent the entire 30 minutes trying to figure out how to change it, and I still have no idea. Because I'm sorry, it takes place in Texas. I don't want a British voice.
It's not under settings?
I tried. I went into YouTube videos, and they're like, oh, to change Google Assist. So if you do the hey Google, you can change that. But it's for the accessibility feature, I think, because the voice is different on my phone if I'm using the app. You know what I mean? So I will figure this crap out.
Maybe he's a British transplant.
Yeah.
Well, it's so funny that you said it, because last night I was on Kate Howe's live stream where we were discussing our latest Miss Read book, because we're doing that Follow Us to Fairacre read along. And Rainey had been listening. She's been listening to her books, Talk to Text. And they're set in England. I'm like, yeah, but does your Talk to Text do it in a British accent?
Yeah.
She's like, no. I'm like, no. When I read these books, I hear the British accent. So I need to.
Rainey and I need to switch devices. So
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a delightful sounding, but it's just throwing me off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How did you do, Storm?
Pretty good. I got to 55% in Camp Murder Face number 2. I have a question for you. I have another question for you, because I'm going through my things.
That's right. She just saves up all the questions until she gets to the live.
I do. But no, I was showing you these and how they're different. Well, when I looked up this one, it says it was Harlequin Historical Subscriptions number 1.
Okay.
So is it like a reprint or
no?
Or did they do something different?
I don't know where the subscriptions came from originally, but for a good number of years, you could subscribe to Harlequin Historicals, and you got specific books that were not available to anybody else unless you were a subscriber.
That's
what that means.
It started in 1997. This is
and it ran for a good 5 years or so. I have a bunch of them on my shelf.
Yeah, there's 494 of them.
Yeah, it ran for a good while. But they were, I think what it was is let's say, for example, there were, I think at the time you had 6 books in the historical line every month. So they would bump it to 8, give you 2 extra that were subscription only. So you got an extra book that the general public didn't necessarily get.
I was wondering, because here it says historical or Harlequin Historicals. It doesn't say subscription. Now I was looking them up. I was like, well, now this is messing me up. So now I had to bump them down on my little because I have my goal is I have each category is its own separate little spreadsheet on my list. I have one list that says,
oh, aren't you smart?
That says Harlequin / Silhouette. And then so I have the Romance Presents, Super Romance, all those and stuff. And I have my historicals. And now I'm like, well, I don't want to make another one just for these. So then I put them down a little bit lower on my spreadsheet.
Yeah, just add them to the bottom. But some of the ones I've picked them up at thrift stores, and they look identical. The newer, not the new ones, because I don't know when they ended. But you know when they had the purple at the top and it said historical?
Mm-hmm.
That group of them. And I'm like, I pick it up and be like, what is this? And it's like, oh, it's a subscription one. So Anyway,
now I have
that
a
is
question for
confused.
the Harlequin expert. I think I know the answer, but I'm not sure. So at some point, was Silhouette like its own company, and then later, like Harlequin bought them or merged with them?
yeah, they were originally owned. Silhouette originally was owned by, I can't remember, Putnam. I can't remember what the company was. They were, you know what I mean? Like they're, so then Harlequin actually bought them back in 84, but they allowed them to keep Silhouette up until the 90s and then eventually phased it out.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes,
Because I
that
see
is
like
that-
yeah, like with all my romances that I have, like that I've been listing on eBay and stuff, I see Silhouette, and some of them are Silhouette only, and then but yet there'll be like some of the lines that I recognize in Harlequin, and
Silhouette Desire is one of
like
them.
and the special edition, like
Yeah.
the Montana Mavericks and all that stuff was Silhouette, and now it's Harlequin. So
Yeah, it's really weird because like a lot of these like huge running series or whatever, like the Colton, I think it's the Colton series. They
Colton
were
series,
like
correct.
I have some of them in like Silhouette, and then it's like this is weird. They're like all the way back into that.
But also,
well, and
just
some
for
of them,
added fun, the Intimate Moments line from Silhouette. So it started as Silhouette Intimate Moments.
Mhm.
Then it changed to Harlequin Intimate Moments. Now it's Harlequin Romantic Suspense.
Intimate Moments with suspense.
Is now suspense, yes.
Huh.
It always was suspense, but for
Right.
some reason I guess they felt that I don't think suspense was a do back then. Like it wasn't a big selling feature, maybe?
Oh,
Yeah, because to me the words don't sound synonymous. Intimate
No,
moments,
they don't.
sound like sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
if you
suspense,
read the back of like an Intimate Moments, you can tell there's a little danger
Okay.
in the
Little intrigue.
yeah, little intrigue or whatever.
Yeah, if you're ever listening to anything, Elizabeth, and you have a question, just let me know. I'm happy to answer. Just pop me an email
Okay.
or send me a message on Vox or whatever.
Did you
know.
look up
You
the
still-
Mystique ones that I was telling you about?
Yes. Now I want to buy all of them.
Yeah, because there's not very many of them, but yeah. And I just got lucky that I was at this one place and I found two. And I was looking at them like these look like Harlequins, but I've never heard of that before. And so I had to like research. And I was like, oh, it's like a French authors or whatever and everything. And so it's like,
that's how it happens.
See, that's why I bring Garrett with me to the thrift stores. Cause like we were there today, and he like I don't know, he sees stuff that I like must skip over. He found a Harlequin Regency romance for me, which I've only have a handful of them. And I'm like, grabby hands, give me that. He found a Love and Laughter. He found it. I'm like, oh
It's
my
good to have
gosh.
two sets of
yeah,
eyes.
I only have a couple of those myself. So yeah, I get really excited if I find them. Because my part of my collection, I like the old stuff, like the old style with the old covers and things. So I get really excited when I see those. I have a few of the newer ones, but not very many. I go for like the old
You're
stuff.
the old school.
Yeah.
And that's what Garrett looks for is a lot of like he'll look at the spines and he'll like look for the older ones and he'll be like, what about this one? What about this one? I'm like, oh, Betty Neals, yes, please.
Like I do have a few newer ones that I end up with, but yeah, I don't. I also
Yes.
found this one. It's called Code Red. Have you ever heard of it?
Okay, so Code Red was an offshot series. It's not it's not a category line. It's they did it with Montana Mavericks as well, where they just they were part of the regular whatever, but then they pulled them out and republished them.
See, and that's why I was trying to find and I'm like, well, what line is it? So I could just put it underneath the line.
Again,
I figured it was, but I couldn't find anything, so it was like on its own. So I had to make a little thing for it and put it.
go on Fiction Database. Type in
I
the
did.
title,
I tried. I sometimes
and it didn't give you a line.
Yeah, it did. It just said the Code Red, and
Then it's separate. Then it is separate. Then it is a separate. It's just like a mini series, if you want to call it that.
I think there's like 20 something of them.
Yeah, it's just a mini series.
Because then I went and looked on Harlequin, and like
luck.
Harlequin has them like reprinted or like they're different than like the cover I had or something.
I know.
But at least I know it said Code Red, so I was like, okay, so there's at least 20 of them, but it still wouldn't tell me a line. It just said Code Red, so I thought, okay, well,
Yeah, if Fiction
Separate it
Database
out,
doesn't have the
Code Red.
information. Yeah, no, it's a mini series. You're fine. You're correct. Yeah, because like I said, the Montana Mavericks, they pulled them out and they republished them separately, right? But I didn't know if that was the same with the Code Red ones.
Yeah,
They're fun.
They throw me for a loop every now and then when I find one that I have no clue about because I know like
Yeah.
all the like main brand
What
ones.
is
you know,
this?
yeah, and it's like, what is it? It says Harlequin. You can tell it's got the little diamond shape.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
Since you brought up, one of us brought up Montana Mavericks, like what kind of a series is that? Are they just related that they're all from Montana?
They're
Or
all
are
from
there any
Montana.
that are
It's
there
a
any that
long
are
running
actually related?
family, like not as soap opera as Dynasty, but it's like very much like, so the thing is that it's been going for 20 years.
Yeah.
So now
Wow.
you're getting like kids of the kids of some of the
Okay.
originals, but they only compress into a 6-book series. So it's not like you have to start at book number 1 20 years ago. Like, for example, every year they put out 6 books, and it's all part of one little mini series. So
And
they'll
that-
deal with just those characters.
And what category is that?
That is special edition,
Special edition.
Oh, okay.
which
it's
is
like
home
a-
and family. Just home and family, cowboy romances.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds awesome. It sounds like the Babysitters Club. You got mystery and then special mystery.
Why,
and
why
then-
do you think?
Like-
Why do you think it was an automatic, Tiffany? I went from Sweet Valley and the Babysitters Club to category romance.
Well,
Give me all the series.
apparently,
it's like I have the White Horse Montana series by B.J. Daniels. I think she does all of those. Maybe I don't know, but
Mhm.
I have the very first one. That's like just the White Horse Montana. But I've been reading, and it's on my TBR because I'm like, I can do this because I did read White Horse Montana. Then it has the little dots, and it's the Clementine sisters. So it's like
Yes,
3 books
yes.
that are branched off from like the White Horse.
The
and stuff.
original.
So it's like 1, 2, and 3. So I'm like in my head, I'm like, okay, it's branched off.
And I always think of Elizabeth when I'm scrolling through Audible because they have the 3-book bind-ups that you can get on Audible for like the canine books from Love
Oh, yeah.
Inspired. So
They have some of those on Hoopla too. I've
Yeah.
listened to them.
and if
You
I can get them, I will because it's 3 books for a credit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
yeah.
can't say
Well,
no
and
to
on
that.
Hoopla, 3 books for 1 borrow. It's like, okay.
Right?
yeah.
Exactly. We don't have them on my Hoopla because I've looked.
Uh,
But so unfortunately.
not all of them are on there. Rocky Mountain is on there. A couple of the older ones, and then like as the new ones come out, they've been putting the new ones on Hoopla. But there's still some of the older ones that are not there. But I've collected most of those, so I'll be able to just sit and read.
I know that you're a big fan of those, so
And
Well-
that's like one of those serious things that you don't have. They're not necessarily in.
no,
order.
the canine ones you do because they're like the
Are
Rocky
they?
Mountain series, and then the canine, and then the
Yeah.
whatever. Elizabeth knows more than I do.
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of canine series, and each series stands alone. But within that series,
Oh, okay.
it kind of refers back because there's an overarching mystery that each book is trying to solve. Each book has its own situation, but in the very first book of each series, it introduces the mystery that's going to be overarching for the whole
Okay.
thing. So it is beneficial to read those in order.
You kind of do.
Kind of,
Good to
yeah.
know. I have a few of those.
The canine companion ones, though, you can read
Okay.
those out of
That's
order
those. Okay.
because they just all companion dogs or whatever you want to call it.
Okay. And then there's a couple of Christmas, there's like a bind up of 2 Christmas novellas at the end of each one. And you don't want to read those out of order because those kind of, as I recall, give spoilers because the big overarching mystery has already been solved. And so then you have those 2 Christmas novellas where they kind of briefly mention that mystery was solved. So I don't know I can't remember if it.
So if you're gonna read the novellas, wait until after.
Correct.
Yes.
We're
Don't
right.
read those till the end.
Correct.
It's a nice little Christmas gift at the end of that year's series. That's kind of
There
how
you
I
go.
look at it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they pretty much do 1 series per year. Although there's 1 series that started in 2021 and there's still books coming out in 2023. I can't remember which one that is. Canine Search and Rescue, I think. But the Rocky Mountain, I think, was last year. And all of them so far, except for maybe the Canine Search and Rescue, have ended with a Christmas
Mhm.
bind-up of 2 novellas.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So welcome to the discussion on category romance, everyone. That's not what this was supposed to. I apologize for anyone who has fallen asleep.
It's
Welcome back.
just when I get her on here, I have to ask her a question.
Because she has no access to me at any other time.
It's easier to talk like this though than have to write back.
No,
and forth.
you are correct. Yes, I can just see her messaging me. Can you just jump onto a voice of like this? Because Tiffany and I have done that. We've jumped on here just to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, without going, you can just do it. Just make sure you don't hit the live button. It's fine. So about that person that, no, I'm just kidding. Let's see what we got here. Pat says, this is from the last sprint. She read 9 pages. Yesterday, the veteran I live with, his baby sister Tina, went into the hospital. She has been in and out of the hospital since July 10th with a heart attack. Oh my goodness.
So sorry.
God, I hope she's okay. That's terrifying.
Sorry.
I'm just starting the evidence next door. Interesting. They did emergency surgery this morning for a blood clot in her arm, and she's now on life support. Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Prayers.
Scary, yeah.
Thoughts and prayers. She got to 90%. Well done. Emily just read 36 pages, enjoying it so far. Andreas, hi, I'm on page 27. Well done. Well done. Jane, chapter 49. She started at chapter 1 at the beginning of the sprint, right?
Right.
Oh, Jane, I've missed teasing you. I don't see you very often.
No, I know.
Hannah made it to 33%. Emily, 32.
Awesome.
I read a chapter and I finished another square. Fantastic. I finished my daily devotion. I'm working on frogging granny squares I made for a project, and I'm making my own balls of yarn for a new blanket project. Excellent idea.
That is awesome.
Magical Emily Rose says, reached 50% on my Bake Shop mystery book, Fudge and Jury. All about a chocolate competition. It's so great. And put a face mask on. Fantastic.
I love it. Are you just by any chance doing the Ellie Alexander Mystery Fest that she is doing in Ashland, Oregon in October? So just curious.
And I wanted to ask Serenity if she's reading a particular devotional book or just Bible scripture, or what are you reading? Because I'm always looking for good devotional books.
Inquiring minds. Yeah, no, for sure. Barbara, I went on the Amazon, and bought some Tim Hortons coffee pods. Never tried it, and it was on sale.
Oh, excellent.
Too bad you have to go down the Amazon River to get that coffee. And
I'm actually drinking their hot
Amazon,
chocolate.
like some of us around here call it the Walmart. So
yeah. So, okay, you guys know, I know you're all jealous that I work in a used bookstore, but yesterday this couple came in and they were, looking at books, talking about how she needed to buy some books because they were getting ready to go on another cruise. Apparently they've been on all these world cruises that are like months long. I used to work on a cruise ship. There was like 3 days and 4 days.
Yeah.
I did not know there were cruises that were more than like a month long. And they were telling me all about this cruise that went down the Amazon River and stopped at all these obscure places. And I'm like, what? Oh my gosh, I need this in my life.
Yeah, I know, right?
my only problem with going down the Amazon River is I've watched too many of those Anaconda movies.
I asked them about that. I was like, is it safe? I'm like, aren't there lots of creatures and lots of scary things on the Amazon River?
Keep your hands and feet inside at all times.
The one I want to do is the river cruise through Europe, and it goes through like Germany and all that, especially at the holidays. Like it goes through all the German Christmas part. I'm like, that I want to do so badly. It would be so much fun.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
When
The Amazon, y'all can keep it. Put me in Europe. There are too many bugs in the Amazon.
They were going to go on one that was like 3 months long, all through the South Pacific.
There's one that's a year. It's like an entire world cruise for like a year.
Yeah, they were talking about that.
I said to Garrett, when I win the lottery, me, we're going to get life jackets for the cats, and we're out of here. Sandra says, at 36% of a death indoor country, I'm a cat person, but the dog in this book is delightful.
Nice.
Excellent. Alicia walked the dogs and got their lunch. No reading this sprint. We'll do more on the second sprint. We're probably not going to sprint again, probably just get through the comments so then I can go get groceries. Cajun said, finish my book, 5 stars, love the series so much. Fantastic, Cajun. Nina read 4 pages on page 137. Excellent. Hermione, hello. Hi, everyone. I'm still reading Obsession by Kay Lorraine and Meg Ann. I'm also still reading Lone Warrior by Bobby Smith for retro romance. I also picked up Springtime Mail Order Bride by Kit Morgan. Oh, that sounds delightful. PK says, I closed my eyes during that sprint. I ran errands this morning, including a haircut, finally, waiting for the next book to jump out at me, but not scary like for Tiffany reasons.
I have a question. Wait, before you put her comment back on, What does that little symbol mean that's on her? Is that like channel membership or?
I think so.
I think so. Yes. Yes,
Okay,
it is.
because the only other time I've ever seen a little thingy is by moderators. It's like the little wrench, and I didn't know what that.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Andreas, and it's 2100 evening here, so that is
9.
9 o'clock.
I think we finished I think we figured that out. Love Joan Hickson. Tina says read 15% and went to go sit outside. Fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah, it finally stopped raining, so maybe I'll go do the same later. Hummingbird says my Kindle is working now, so got 22% in the bookseller by Cynthia Swanson. It's like the movie Sliding Doors, but set in the 60s.
Oh, I saw Sliding Doors.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I think it's about to start raining. There's a lot of thunder. We sent it your way. Sorry, Tina. And reminding I might also pick up another book as well for a quick read before the end of the month. Great idea. Jen says, I used that sprint to finish cleaning my daughter's room. She moved to Florida yesterday. PCB? I'm not sure what that is. And I'm turning
It's a
her,
college, I'm sure.
yeah, it must be. And I'm turning her room into an office craft room. I'm sure you'll figure it out for us, Elizabeth.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Polly, I don't know.
You'll have to tell us, like, is she gone to work for something called PCB or is she going to college? So I don't know.
Oh, Panama City Beach, Florida.
Panama City Beach? Okay, so she actually moved.
Thank you, Google.
I was gonna say, like, just because I know my daughter went to college and I have like put a few things in her room, but I haven't like changed it completely. It's still her room, so that's why I wondered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Barbara, that scary scale should be 1 to 10 on the Tiffany scale. 1 being not scary, 10 being throwing the book and putting it in the freezer.
Exactly, Barbara. I'll pull a Joey anytime.
That's right.
That's
30% into mooncakes. It's really cute so far. Excellent. Made it to 31%. Great job, Annie. I'm going to go inside because I'm scared.
Aw.
I'm just 50 pages into the evidence next door. Wonderful. That says, Tina, I live in Suffolk, Virginia. The temp is 91 and the heat index is 103. Plus, it's very sunny. The weather forecast is calling for thunderstorms tonight. Ugh. Says they want more people to buy HQN. One reason to change the covers is to appeal to a wider audience. People who don't read category romances. No, absolutely. You're 100% correct. And that's why I said, sell books. That's their job. I would never put them down for not wanting to sell books. Ginger says, I'm taking y'all with me.
Excellent.
Sandra, they want to grab the Indie Spice Girls. I'm not convinced it will work for Afterglow. We'll see. We'll see.
They got two covers. I mean, I give them that. And
Oh, yeah. I want to read that Blue Jean Cowboy one just off the cover alone.
Yeah, they are cute.
Yeah, I mean, the covers, I think, they kind of match up with like what the young people are liking. So
All them young people.
not the kind of covers that I necessarily gravitate to, but yeah. The younger
Exactly. No, you're correct. Replace a $5 mass market book category with a $17 trade paperback is not a great business move in this economy.
Nope.
Most consumers are cutting budgets right now. It's true. But then more people have been using their libraries.
Yeah.
Right?
I was gonna say, yeah, more of us will be waiting for it to come out in the library.
Precisely. At Pat, I'm in Kentucky and it's 90 heat index 101. Oh,
Yeah,
guys.
it's hot here this week. It's gonna be hot next week. I'm like, this is the dog days of summer. Usually in Missouri, this is about when we get into the hundreds. So
Ugh. Our temperature's going down. That like we went like where we went was actually north of where we live, like about an hour and a bit north. I had to put my coat on, like my sweater, when we were walking like to and from the store, like because it was raining too, so it was like that bone cold, like just damp. So
yeah, we're under a heat advisory.
Oh yeah, no, y'all can keep it.
It's 96, feels like 104.
I'm in Florida. It's just hot. That's the only definition.
Period. It's hot all the time.
12 months of the year.
You guys are getting hotter than normal, though, aren't you?
Ooh.
Because they were saying like the Florida, like the water is getting really warm, and they're worried about the coral that is there and about them dying off and stuff. And that coral, I learned a new fact that I didn't know, is what keeps the hurricanes from being really bad.
And when the water heats up, that makes hurricanes more stronger.
Yeah, and like it said something. That's why they were
So-
trying to. There, and I didn't. Well, I didn't know that coral was a little being, a live being. I didn't know that. I thought it was just some kind of like
Something.
grass
Yeah,
that
yeah,
grows
yeah.
in the Florida or whatever like stuff. But so they've been growing some to get it used to warmer climate and warmer water so that they can transplant it in there to see
Interesting.
if they can get it to grow and acclimate to a warmer weather that way, because they said that keeps the hurricanes from being really bad and like really devastating in Florida is all the coral that is around Florida.
Well,
That is fascinating.
yeah, especially like I said, the warmer the water, the so we're
Mhm.
probably in for some hits
For-
in
For
September,
a nasty
October.
hurricane
Mm.
season.
September,
Yeah.
October-ish. And I don't know about Elizabeth. Are you near water? What part of Florida? I can never remember what part of Florida you're in.
No, I'm in Central Polk County.
Okay,
Just a
'cause
little south of Disney.
we're like pretty close to Anna Marie Island and that beach, but we're also like 40 minutes from Clearwater and of course their beaches and all that. And there's been red tide that you can't even go into the water for a couple months, probably. Kev? It's been it's just holy moly.
Like the thing I was watching said something about like if it wasn't for the coral, like the Florida Keys wouldn't be there.
Doesn't surprise me. That's one place I really want to go is the Florida Keys, and I
Yeah.
want to do it before
It's
it's
a lot
under
of
water.
It's a lot of fun, but
Mhm. I want
Well,
to do the drive. That's what I want to, and I want to do it in a red convertible just because. If you're going to do it, that's how you're going to do it.
Well, if you're going to be coming through here, you have to let us know. So we
Oh,
can
you're
have-
damn right. No,
Yes.
And, I've
absolutely.
got a
I'll
reseller
link
friend.
steps.
I've got a reseller friend who her and her partner have charter boat service down in Big Pine Key. So you could take a charter boat. I can hook you up with a charter boat.
That is awesome.
that is awesome.
Very cool. PK, it would be interesting to discuss with someone in the know from the biz point of view. Buy, say, $3 to $5 Harlequin books every month versus one $17 one.
Yeah.
Pat says, I was buying all my Harlequin books on the website, but not anymore. They pissed me off by discontinuing the Desire line.
Well, and that
That
line
happened to a lot of people.
That line is one that's been pretty steady for a long time, right?
It came out in 82.
oh,
Yeah.
so I was born in 80, so let's just say it's seasoned.
Yeah, because it was a silhouette Desire before it became Harlequin
It was under the
Desire,
silhouette,
and
yeah, for years.
I have a
Wow.
few of the pretty red ones that were the silhouette.
The first book was written by Jane Ann Krantz. Sandra something or other. I can't remember the name.
Is there a reason why does one have to go away just for another one to come?
I think it's a marketing thing. Like, my theory is that they don't sell as well overseas because they're North American settings.
Mm.
So those in the UK or overseas might not be as interested. That's just my theory, but who knows?
And I would think that people in the UK would want to read books that weren't set in the UK. They'd want to read books that were set otherwise.
We
Because
love reading books. set in
personally-
Victorian England.
I love British books. I'm like always. I love the
Right.
historical mysteries that are set in the UK and in Ireland and all those Scotland books, things like that. I like reading books like that. So I would think that the Old West. They don't know anything about the Old West. So you would think that
And they
want to
stopped
read.
those for the historical
And,
line
yeah,
because
and-
the British audience did not have any knowledge of that. And same with the Love Inspired books. Those are typically not sold outside of Harlequin. They're only sold here in North America, really. But the religious, I don't anyway, it's a thing. But I just don't I do buy the ebooks from them because I do like the option to be able to listen to text to speech when it's not a British narrator. Or British voice.
Unless it's set. in
Unless
Britain.
it takes place, yeah. That's what,
Yeah. I'll have to use. I have several tablets, so I'll use that one when I'm listening to a Regency. Stephanie read a chapter. Well done. Exactly, she says. Googling man on the train. So he says, my son and I watch paranormal videos at night and no nightmares. See, no, I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm a scary cat, so you can't measure by my standard here. I mean,
Tiffany has her own standards, pretty much.
She can
A
only
great
handle it's a
pumpkin,
great
Maria.
pumpkin, Charlie Brown. So
that's where I'm at. That's
Right?
That's where I'm at.
Right?
Anything after that,
Forget it.
too much.
Discontinued Blaze, Temptation, Love Inspire Historical, Super Romance, Love and Laughter. I could go on. The Dare line, so many of them come and go. I guess it's like the market. Are they selling? Are they not selling? It's a marketing, you know what I mean? Same as anything else.
Yeah.
And he says it's the fourth one. You have been offed and don't know it yet, Sarah. Good idea for next one. Loved A Quiet Life in the Country.
I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I want to get to it eventually. It's like on my top historical mysteries to read.
Oh,
Local. Oh, Tiffany says she had a local Mexican restaurant. That sounds delicious.
I approve. What are you having?
That's the important question. Storm, I've just read the first 3 chapters, but I think I'm loving the 2 protagonists already. They have an unconventional relationship and great dialogue so far.
Excellent.
Excellent. It's good to know. Luge, I think, just read Cat Got Your Diamonds, Kitty Couture mystery, and after seeing Storm and Tiff's live stream, really enjoyed it. Fantastic.
Oh, good. And I think I said this, but all of the Kitty Couture, if somebody else wasn't at the live stream, they're all on Audible Plus, the whole series.
Oh, are they? Oh, good to know.
Yeah,
I
after I
didn't
heard,
know.
There's only 4 of them, so it's a real quick series to,
But still,
after I
that's
heard
good
you
to
say
know.
that, I went and put it in the first one in my Audible library, so I wouldn't forget.
Tina says that her lights just flickered. Uh-oh. And it says the wishing game isn't a romance. It's more like an adult Willy Wonka. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. I'm just saying that she writes some great spicy romance. Andreas, I also read Miss Marple and also Miss Marple and the Amish Candy Shop series. Excellent. That is so good. So good.
Andreas, that is awesome. It's one of my favorite series of all time.
Absolutely. Stormy, I just bought Tiffany Rice's Blaze series yesterday to do exactly that. Read one this October, November, December. Maybe we will have to do a group read because I will reread them. I will happily reread them. So we will.
You're
do
the
that.
one that put it in my head that I should do that. So
they're good books.
It's nice
when they're gearing up in the first book for a wedding on Halloween that is 80s themed.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
Right?
80s Halloween theme. What's better than a Halloween themed 80s Halloween theme?
Yes,
That's awesome.
exactly. And I'm
Not
pretty
the
sure
scary
somebody shows
Halloween
up dressed as
stuff.
the girl from Pretty in Pink, stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
So
not the scary Halloween stuff, the fun
Love it.
Halloween, fall-y stuff.
right?
Yeah.
So yay. Oh, Catherine. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. That's very sweet. Hannah says, I got my copy from Book of the Month last month. I knew nothing about it. I think a lot of people did that as well. Oh my gosh, Barbara, thank you. Oh, you guys are too sweet. I appreciate that. Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late. You're never late. Hoping everyone is having a great Saturday. PK, well, Magnolia Park is very garb August. I did not like it at all. Courtney has very strong opinions about things.
And
and it's funny because almost everybody else that I have seen, they really liked it. And people that usually don't read that kind of thing really liked it. So that's kind of fun to, that Courtney
That
did.
is, yeah.
Do you have a review? I'll have to go back and look in your videos and see. I'm kind of curious. It's a book that I will never read. So,
But,
and Courtney, she was the one that said she's been in a serious reading slump. So I just wondered if she found a book.
yes. Did you find something?
I just watched one of her videos recently, and it was really good. What she was talking about something that I thought was really interesting. I can't remember which one it was. Problem is, when you watch so many people, you're like, they start.
I know who said what and who did, yeah. No, I hear you. And it says, I'm going to add Wishing Game to my August box.
I've been watching a lot of romance readathon TBRs, and it's I shouldn't do this because that sounds good and that one sounds good.
I know, I need a notebook just to keep track of everything that everybody recommends,
Yeah.
PK says, Courtney, Magnolia Park is what I'm considering the ultimate trashy book. It will be a struggle, but then I'll be able to form my own opinion about it. Fantastic.
And the thing is I think that's a series or there's companion novels.
There
or
is.
So, once you get started.
Oh, good Lord.
So the series is so far, I don't know if it's going further, but it sounds like it's a 4-book series. But book 1 is about a couple. Book 2 is about a different couple, but then book 3 is about the couple from book 1, like an update of them.
Okay.
And then book 4, I think, is supposed to be like an update. It's something along that line, but I don't think it's for me. I mean, everybody has their, I mean, I love romance, but I've heard that it's just like a very like toxic relationship with a lot of drama. And that doesn't normally strike me as a fun romance. Like, I'm like, why do we have to have serial killers? Can't we just meet at a,
Yeah. Can we just have a meet cute? You go for,
and that
that's why it's like
you adopt a puppy together. It's all good.
Dark romance and toxic romances have a place for, they're good.
There are some people who definitely like
love them, and there's nothing wrong with the people that love them, and I'm glad that they have them.
They're not for me.
I mean, it'd be the same as if I'm talking about a small town. They're like, oh, that's not it for me. I like the
how boring. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Variety is what makes the world go round.
Precisely. Barbara, would Oscar the Grouch be considered grumpy?
I saw a meme. I think, wait, Sarah, I think you two were talking about Count Dracula.
The Count doesn't count. I assure you he does. Or the other one they were talking about, they introduced a new character on Sesame Street who's homeless. They're like, Oscar's lived in a trash can for 40 years.
But that's his home. He's not homeless.
Right? This is true. This is
they need another like Grouch or something on there so that we can have a Grumpy Sunshine.
I just got approved for a book on NetGalley called When Sunshine Meets Grumpy, or When Grumpy Met Sunshine. And I'm like, this is my book. This is me and Garrett.
Oh, hey, Mandy.
Hello, the Night Owl. Welcome. Pat giving everybody heck. Okay, people, hit those thumbs up. 19 and 65 in the chat.
Oh, Pat, I love you.
I better go and get on there. And
right? Magical
awesome,
says, yes,
Pat.
Catch Me If You Candy. I can't wait to read it.
Yes.
Yeah, Catch Me If You Candy. Won't be on audio. I love listening to the series. Oh, that sucks. Nothing wrong with role playing. It can get very raunchy. Oh, Jane. I'm reading The Evidence Next Door. There aren't many romance books where the guy is in a wheelchair. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There's not, but the newest one by, I can't remember the author, Julie Miller, came out last month. It was an intrigue book. He is in a wheelchair. He's a former military.
Oh,
and he now works behind a desk, but he lost his legs in the military. I want to read it. It's on my list.
Yeah, that's really...
Yeah, no, but she's right. You're starting to see that as well more. You're starting to see more people with disabilities and, things like that. So
Pat has scared some of them into it. You got 34 likes now instead of 19.
Thank you, Pat. TK, yes, do it. That's the same way I entered it. I heard so much about it. I just had to read it myself.
True.
Happy reading, everyone. My power keeps flickering. So if I don't come back, thanks again for the sprints. Good night. Oh, I hope your power doesn't go out.
Yes, we'll keep our fingers crossed for you. Stay safe.
Mm-hmm. Zena, hi. Just finished some work, so I'll quickly join in with you. Welcome. I love seeing all these new faces. I'm going to get dinner, so I'm going to get off now. Enjoy the rest of your sprint. Thanks for joining.
You didn't tell us what you're having for dinner, Jane. Jail changed you, Jane.
Yeah, you used to be, now she's into role playing and not sharing what she's having for dinner.
if anybody is new, we're talking about fictional YouTube jail. I don't want people to be like,
no. Jane has not been in actual jail. No.
YouTube.
We call it YouTube jail whenever somebody, Tiffany, accidentally blocks you, trying to get rid of a bot.
There you go.
Have y'all noticed? I haven't seen any of those bots.
Yes,
I
haven't seen any of them. You're right.
About that.
Now that you've all said it.
I know.
Now we're inviting them because we said the word bot.
Well, but I have a feeling that maybe YouTube has done something to block them.
They must really, have. Yeah.
Really slowed down.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Because clearly I can't be trusted.
Melanie finished Get Away with Murder, 3.5 stars. Nice. The next book is set in October, so I'll read it closer to Halloween. Fantastic.
Awesome.
Sarah Beth Storm, I love your hair like that. The length of it and how you have it pushed back. It looks so good on you. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then I got hot and had to put it back.
And put it up, yeah. But that's the brilliant part about having longer hair, that you can just go ahead and do that.
I do like it when you wear it down. Well, and it might be partly we don't get to see it down very
See it
often.
very
but I
often,
think
yeah.
you cut it. It looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks great.
Jenny, hi everyone. I only need to read 14 more pages, and I will have read 1,000 pages for this week.
Awesome.
I'll be reading Christmas with the Spy by Cynthia Eden. My last Christmas in July read. Oh, good
That is
choice.
awesome. Good for you.
I think I need to read another 15 pages today, and I'll hit my 1,000-page goal. So, thank you everybody
Yeah,
who's
that's
participated
awesome.
in that. I really appreciate it. Danielle says, hi everyone. I'm going to try and finish The Mysterious Affair at Styles by Agatha Christie and A Rule Against Murder by Louise Penny this weekend. She has a double murder weekend.
Yeah.
Courtney, okay, finally finished Dawn and the Impossible 3. This book was almost impossible for me, as Dawn and Christy are my least favorite, and the book is all about them. Now reading role-playing. Okay, Courtney, we're dick because I love Dawn. That was like my favorite character.
I think it's funny to you all decide like who's your favorites and stuff on all this.
Right? Yeah.
I don't have a favorite. I never really read them, so it's kind
That's fair. Yeah.
I like Dawn okay. I mean, I don't but Christy, I agree with Courtney. Christy,
Yeah, I was
kind
never a fan of Christy.
You know, she's hard sometimes, you know, she's so pushy and you know, I don't know.
Precisely. I'm like 38 pages. Got to 93%.
Woo,
Well done. You're almost
scary.
done. 46%. Stay safe, Tina. The lightning here on Thursday night was crazy.
Jeez.
Okay, just at 13% of chorus lines, caviar, and corpses.
Oh, I have to
Features-
hear what you
features
think of
number
this.
one.
Occasion, what are you thinking of that? That's the one I read for international. It's on a cruise ship from Moscow to St. Petersburg, Russia,
Oh, cool.
or St. Petersburg to Moscow. I don't remember which order, but you know what I mean.
That's cool. Anita got to page 155. Well done. Andreas got to page 47 in Lawless by Nora Roberts. Well done. Annie says, my text-to-speech is a British accent. I won it in a giveaway, so maybe someone messed up an order and got the British one by mistake. Made it to 42%. Well done. Panama City Beach. Fantastic. Yes, thank you.
It's funny that everybody that doesn't live in Florida knows that, and Elizabeth and I are like, is that a school?
I know. I just thought maybe she met her daughter, went away to college.
Yeah, I was like,
Exactly.
holy
When
heck,
you
I don't
do that,
know.
yeah. Well, it's like there's a town in California called Ontario. So when it's written out, they put Ontario, CA. So some people are like, is that in Canada? Like,
Yes,
No, it's
CA,
California.
Canada.
because that's what we could sometimes abbreviate it to, right? So Pat did not read the last sprint, got hungry, and roommate is away this weekend. Oh no, you have to
Oh,
force
no.
yourself, Pam or Pat. How's that going to go? Share with us.
How are you
No
eating?
fancy dinners, man. No
Right?
fancy-
I'm eating
We are
fish
very
sticks.
disappointed on your behalf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did she not cook and leave it in the freezer?
Couldn't she have made you some casseroles and put them in the freezer?
Right?
Yeah. Emily, we had 100 degrees yesterday with a heat index of 110 to 115. Fun times. Not so much. Any red tide affects your breathing too, so you can't even walk on the beach if you have lung problems.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
didn't know that.
scary. Hannah says it's been hot here
Although-
this past week. I
Oh,
missed the rain. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Well, you know, red tide kills the fish, and so you know they're dead on the beach. So the smell.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, anyways, you know, it's just horrible.
So it's just like
horrible.
nasty all the way around, just several different reasons.
My goodness. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
It's been hot here this past week. I missed the rain, she says. I heard that the Pacific Northwest is hotter than normal, like hotter than the South. Wow. Yep. Pat, we are in a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. Cajun, I adore UK books. I know this is news to some of you. I had no idea, Cajun.
She loves chicklet.
There's
UK
so
books.
much about Cajun I don't know. And I'm learning so much. This is, I'm waiting for a podcast tour date for cities they are going to, but I believe Tampa might be an option.
Oh.
Interesting.
Who? What is she talking about?
Yeah.
Cities that who is going to?
Kind of looking here to see. If
And
I
I'm
can
trying to
see
think back to what we were talking
what
about.
she
I don't
said. Yeah.
remember.
Share with us, Hannah. We're old.
And I told my friend the other day, because we do these buddy reads and we post them on our blog together or whatever. And I was like, okay, if I can remember. And then she like text me and she's like, did you forget to put your? And I'm like, maybe. I said, I'm gonna blame it on the heat. It's or because I have like the memory of a gnat.
Yeah. Goldfish. Catherine's Library. I missed the historical westerns from Harlequin. Me too. I found 2 of them at the thrift store today, and I was so happy.
Now that I would like.
Mm-hmm.
Just to put a little plug out there, I have an eBay store, and I have lots and lots of romances in my
yes.
eBay store.
Yes.
And if you are hearing me right now, go on there. I have a link to my eBay store and on my videos.
I need to check yours out.
And if they just want to go straight
Don't
to
just
eBay,
buy something. Make me an offer. Give me a message and say, I saw you on on the live stream, and make an offer of what you want to pay for it. Because honestly, I mean, I'm trying to earn enough money to renovate our kitchen, but I am happy to give you a lower price. I got most of these books at like fill a bag library sales. So
Elizabeth, if they go straight to eBay, how would they find you?
that's harder because it's like
was just wondering
ebay.com/Meadowsmart, I think is the name my husband gave our store when he was running it. And I think you can get there that way. But if you just go on one of my
Just
videos,
go through her link then. I was just saying,
Yeah, go to
people would
Elizabeth's
straight
channel
to
and
the eBay, so I wanted them to have a way to
Yeah.
find you. But
so
if
I
it's
have some
hard,
individual
that's
books and some huge lots, and I have a garage full that's not even listed. So, but right now I'm working on Cozy
Wow.
Mysteries. I have been listing Cozy Mysteries, and I have a bunch more of them to get done. So
that is
I'll let
awesome.
you know. Hopefully by the end of next week, I'll have most of the Cozy Mysteries up because I'm just listing a few a day. So
That is awesome.
anyway, I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I'm just
No,
letting
no,
you
no, no,
know
no.
I
Thank
have
you.
a lot of those old things because when
Yeah.
I see them, I grab them. I'm like, somewhere is gonna want
You
this.
guys gonna want them.
Absolutely.
Keeping things out of the
Absolutely.
landfill.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. That says Tiffany for dinner tonight. It's is it Bojangles?
I
Bojangles.
like that
What are
name.
the
I
G's?
gotta
Fried
tell you.
chicken, coleslaw, and mac and cheese. Chocolate
Ooh.
cake with a tall glass of sweet iced tea.
Your
Nice.
roommate's gone and you're still having the best dinner.
I know, right?
I thought she was going to tell me fish sticks and, like,
Someone here posted maybe it was Melmac, posted about a show called The Food That Built America.
Yeah.
Thank you for
It was
throwing me
Melmac.
down that rabbit hole because that's all I've been watching now.
I think that might have been Melmac. Yeah.
I think it was.
Oh my, it's so good. Like for me, who's an obscure history nut, I'm like, the history of a certain food, yes, please. The one I just watched last night, which made me think about it, was on KFC and Popeyes
Oh.
and Chick-fil-A, which was very, very cool. It was a lot of fun.
KFC has an interesting story.
Mhm.
Just getting started, but I also like, well, totally different, but the carnival eats where
Yes.
that one's really fun too. But
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
all
Love all those kind of things. Catherine, I missed the Nocturne and the American Western Romance book. So the Harlequin American Romance, which then became the Western Romance line.
I miss the Nocturne ones too.
Mhm.
They don't really do like paranormal now, do they at all?
No, there
Those
is
are hard to
nothing
find.
paranormal. No,
Yeah.
they don't have a
Oh.
paranormal line,
Oh,
which is surprising
interesting.
because paranormal is like a
Yeah.
huge subgenre of
Yeah.
romance.
yeah, that's interesting that they don't.
Yeah, and it's kind of made like a comeback too, like paranormal has. So you would think they would.
It comes
write
and goes, but yeah, no, that you'd think that they would. Pat, I'm 65 years old. I've been reading Silhouette Harlequin since I was 20. My aunt loves the presents. My cousin read all the old Silhouette of Nora Roberts and Debbie Maycock. Yep.
Yeah. I have some of those too.
I get excited when I see Nora Roberts or Debbie Maycomer in like the Harlequin books because it's
Same.
Barbara,
There you
finished
go.
the book.
We had a party.
Barbara, congratulations.
yeah.
That is absolutely amazing. That is incredible. Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
now,
a
are you
quite-
are you gonna start another big giant book, or are you gonna
Yeah, she's gonna start Outlander. It's only 900 pages.
That one's a breeze compared to
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm so excited for you that after all that you gave it four stars because it hadn't taken you so long because you weren't
She said
enjoying
something
it.
like
and then you ended up giving it 4
was it
stars.
like the last 200
The
pages?
ending, the last two
That was
pages really
good.
sold it for her.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. That's quite the accomplishment.
Exactly.
Seriously.
And
That's
no,
amazing.
that's amazing. So I try to read like one doorstop per year. And so this I'm
Oh, the
reading
Ken
this
Follett,
one
yeah.
this year, and last year I read The Pillars of the Earth. But I'm thinking I have a couple of other giant ones that I can listen to on audio, and I think I'm going to listen to them in October because one of them is David Copperfield, which will fit with October, and the other one is The Stand, which seems kind of
A
seasonal.
lot of walking.
So I don't know. I think I'll do like an unofficial, like oversized October, and I'll read
If you go for like walks or something, that'd be a perfect one because you can read about them walking while you're
read about them walking. That's a great idea. You know what? Thank you for that, because I had needed an excuse to get out and walk. So I'm going to think about that. When I'm listening to The Stand, I need to be walking.
The Stand is my walking book, yeah.
Standing and walking, yeah. Get some exercise.
Well, in the BookTube Besties retreat last weekend, the bits of it that my computer wasn't messing up for, they were doing sharing of books, and there's one called, it starts with an S, and it came out back in the 80s, and it was about this Native American woman who went on the Lewis and Clark expedition. Shenandoah, something like that. Anyway, it's like a 1,500-page book. I've never heard of this book in my life. Literally the next day, Garrett and I go to the thrift store. Guess what's sitting on the shelf? And I'm like, are you kidding me? I thought about it. I'm like, but I am never going to read this. There is no way. It was a mass market paperback of 1,500 pages.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh,
no.
Mass market?
Yeah. I'm like,
Yes.
no. Hannah. Thanks, Hannah. I finished When Grumpy Met Sunshine, and it was so slow.
Oh.
Cajun, yeah, now the bots will be back.
I'm sorry.
Sarah, the special edition Man of Honor by Terry Wilson, is there going to be a second book in the series? Yeah, there's going to be a 3-book series. That's hold on, sorry. It's going to bug me because I follow Terry Wilson on Instagram. Terry Wilson.
Maybe it's just not on Goodreads yet.
No, it's that, or sometimes Goodreads doesn't list when it's actually a series.
Yeah, that
Which
drives me crazy when I'm trying to find something because they like split them up and they don't put them in the series.
Baking a Fairy Tale is book 2, and I believe it's coming out next month. And then Mary, Marry, and Bright comes out for Christmas. So that's the 3 books in the series. That's a really cute. Terry Wilson writes sweet romances, even though they're under the special edition line. She's really good. Really good. Hannah, we were talking about Tiffany or Melmac accidentally blocking someone or thinking you blocked someone in Melmac's case. Oh, so when she said if the podcast was coming through.
She was explaining it.
How long are the sprints for? We're pretty much going to be ending in the next, when we're done the comments, essentially. Little shorter one this weekend. But Tiffany will be doing sprints tomorrow, which is very exciting. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Cheryl says, my McCarthy book is 816 pages. So I've gotten most of the pages from the book alone. Wow, good for you. Oh, for the 1,000-page challenge. Well done.
Yeah.
Who's the author of Role Playing? It's Kathy Yardley. She also writes historical romances, or used to write historical romances.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen that. I was looking up. I was like, wait, this is like the same person? Like,
Yep. Emily says, neighbors are screaming and cussing at each other. Oh, there's your word, Elizabeth, cussing. I'm going to mute you all to see if I need to call the cops. Oh, no, Emily, I hope it's okay.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
K. Simmons, Kathy Yardley, yes. Emily, okay, screaming has stopped. My neighbors.
Oh, gosh. Oh, so, okay. Whenever I hear anything crazy, I go outside. Like, I'm probably going to get shot one of these days. But I'm just, like, curious because I want to know what's going on in my neighborhood. Like, if someone's honking, and I think that's rude and all that. So, one day, I hear something, and I'm like, sitting here, and I could just hear something. And I go out, and because I live on a corner, and there was this man sitting in his car, and he was just, like, yelling and crying by himself. And so I get a little closer, and it turns out someone had called him. His like sister had called him while he was driving, and and she told him over the phone that his mother had died.
No.
And he's just like, all he could do, he got to the stop sign, and he was just like beside himself, just like bawling and crying. And so I finally got him to calm down. And I prayed with them, and I was just like, it's going to be okay. I said, do you have anybody you can call? He's like, yeah, I can call my wife. I said, call her, tell her what happened, let her know so that she can be right there when you get home. I'm like, drive carefully. But it was just like, if I hadn't gone outside to see what was going on, this guy, who knows, but
Wow.
He was very lucky that you were out there, that you
100%.
He was very lucky.
it scared me at first though, because I thought, at first I thought two people maybe were in the car and they were like, about to like fight it out or shoot each other or something. But yeah, it was just like, you just never know what's going on around you. But
oh god,
thankfully my neighbors are pretty cool, and we don't have
not a lot of
not a lot of cussing.
I live out in the country, so I don't have to hear like the neighbors squabble. So that's a good thing. Our neighbors are far enough away. Sometimes we hear their music.
Yeah,
because we have neighbors that have their sons still live there with them, even though they're like I think in their 20s or whatever, and you can hear the boom, 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 boom.
It helps that I have two policemen, one right across the street and another one next door, both from like different towns in here, but still, it's like I love having some law enforcement around.
Absolutely,
it's nice.
Absolutely. We were not. I mean, I hope nothing bad happened. I'm gonna have to look to see if something showed on the news. But when Garrett and I were driving up north today, about 20 minutes north of the house, in like a very farm community, right? There's like the farmhouse, and we saw the flashing lights on the road, and Garrett's like, "Oh, they must have pulled somebody over for speeding." So we get closer to this house. There are literally 6 cop cars surrounding this house. We have no idea what was going on. The cops are out of their cars, and Garrett's like, because it's a smaller town that we live in, Garrett's like, this was the big to-do today. All the cops are excited. They had something to do. But I said, like, I hope it wasn't anything like major,
right.
So scary when you see that, in a quiet neighborhood.
Right.
He says, we decide on dinner: grilled barbecue chicken, cheesy rice, and broccoli with cheese. Our girls are here for dinner, and cheese is a thing. Cheese is
always a thing, Kay.
I approve of that message.
Yes.
Emily, just kidding. They started again. I'm alone. I have to listen because back in April, the cops came to their apartment. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sonia, hi. Sorry I'm late. Glad to see everyone. You're not late at all. Although we are wrapping up soon, but you're never late.
Sonia, I'm so happy that you found the first.
Yeah, the babysitters.
I know that you enjoyed
it. So happy.
Makes me happy.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. She says, Barbara, I'm on book 4 of Outlander. Only 1,000 pages. The next 2 after that are 1453.
Okay.
Now that she's finished her chunker, she's like,
I got this.
1,000.
That first one was just getting her pumped up for the next few Outlander books.
Now she's like,
it's like training for a marathon, right?
Yeah.
That is awesome, Barbara.
If you read The Stand, check which one you get. The uncut version is a lot longer.
I have a big physical copy of it, but I also have it in my Audible library. And let me look it up. I want to say it's like 40 hours or something. It's an incredible.
It's around 800 pages without the extended cut, and the extended cut, like the one that I have, which is the extended cut, is like, I don't know, 11 or 1200 pages.
My Audible edition is 47 hours and 47 minutes.
Oh my God.
47.
Wow.
And
this is the one that me and my friend read. And
what?
we were like, why did we have the extended cut version?
Now I'm curious. Yes. What is the longest book I have in my Audible library? No, that's the shortest. Let's try that again. Select. Oh, well, that sucks.
My big chunky book that I'm going to be reading is It. So.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. Oh, okay. Texas by Michener, 63 hours.
63
I have Hawaii
hours.
by him.
Wow.
I read Hawaii.
We've got some Michener books on the shelves at the store where I work. They take up a lot of space.
Yeah, they're chunky monkeys.
Yeah.
Chunky monkeys.
Yeah, Hawaii is the only one of his that I ran across out in the wild that I picked up.
Currently reading Bleak House, speaking of doorstops. I have the uncut version, she says. I was late because we're under storm watch. Hope no one drops a house on me. I feel your pain, Sonia. Me too. I like long books. I read the whole Outlander series in January.
Wait,
Wow.
what?
The whole
I'm
thing.
sorry, what now?
The whole
Wow.
Okay, so
Like,
the next
with your
longest book
eyes?
after the Mitchner is Diana Gabaldon at 57 hours, 55 hours.
Wow. So, Kay,
Oh my
did you read
God.
them with your eyes or on audio?
Yes, do let us
That
know.
is
Now, this
I-
one
By
I'm
the way,
reading.
that's impressive.
I'm reading this with my eyes, and I read Pillow to the Earth with my eyes.
Even on audio. So if you read them on audio and it's 50 hours long, and even if you speed it up to double speed,
it's still 25 hours.
that's 25 hours of audio. And that's one of 9 books.
Right.
Oh my lord. Did you sleep in January at all?
yeah, right. That's a better question too.
I'm working on
Wowzers.
Starlight Archives this year.
I think the biggest book that I've read this year are my All Souls trilogy books because they're like 500 pages.
Wow. Well
a
done.
piece, so
But the whole Outlander series in a month is impressive. Extremely impressive. Barbara, we had a naked guy jogging down the street singing, laughing while we called the cops. Why? And no offense to Elizabeth and Tiffany, but that totally sounds like a Florida man story to me.
I know.
It does. There's no offense. It really, really does.
Oh, man.
Like, are you saying this happened like one time? Or are you saying this happened like today at like 2:00? Like,
Yeah.
because that's more of like a Saturday 2 a.m. I feel like, but maybe not. I don't know.
well, you know what? If it was in Florida, you know, it would be the excuse is it's so hot outside.
Right? Yeah, I got it. Like, it's too humid. I gotta, deal with this whole mess. She says, to Emily, are you liking them? And she says, loving them. I'm working through the Cosmere in publication order, so I have Bands of Morning to read. Then I can read Edge Dancer. Wow.
Not
Those
familiar
are
with
all
them.
nice, hefty little books to read too.
Is that the Stormlight Archive she's talking about? I'm not
I think so,
familiar with
yes.
them.
Yeah.
Are those fantasy books or what?
Yeah,
I
Brandon
think so,
Sanderson.
Brandon Sanders.
Oh, yes, Anderson, yeah.
Yeah.
Got the 9th book for Christmas, so I reread the rest before I started, and with my eyes, loved it, and I did sleep.
Wow.
Some.
You read it with your
Wow.
eye, all 9 with your eyes in 1 month.
Tell me you had the hardcover version, so at least it was a little bit bigger.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
It's kind of interesting how I can know about these fantasy books that I've never read because like Brandon, that's Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, it's because of BookTube.
Yep.
It is because of
Oh my
what-
God.
Yes, because I watch people that read books that I don't read.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Speaking of BookTube, so my nephew, he's 6. We were outside talking because he was here first one, and he was talking about YouTube, and I said, "Did you know that Aunt Sarah's on YouTube?" You are, like this. You are like you tell them you're on television, right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
so I bring it up and I show him, and he's like, "Wow!" He goes, "What do you talk about?" I said, "Books." He goes, "Books?" Like this. But then he says to me,
Right.
"This was only a 6-year-old." Well, how many people watch you, Aunt Sarah? And I said, I think I'm up to almost 6,000 subscribers. And this total deadpan voice, that's nice. Glad I have your approval, Jonathan. It was just so
Hilarious.
funny.
in his not impressed voice, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It was his like, yeah, that's nice. Talk to me when you have a few 100,000, you know?
When you get to you know.
Because they bought him a fake little camera on a stand. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
does, like, the kids' imaginations are amazing. And he stands there and does whole videos. Like,
Oh,
he does drawings and he puts them behind him, like, as if, he's doing a news broadcast. And
That is
it's
amazing.
adorable. Absolutely adorable.
Cute.
Yeah.
That
The
is
kids are fun.
awesome.
Pat, the overachiever. I read
Yes.
1,387 pages this week. I made the 1,000-page challenge.
Woo.
Well done.
Let's
Pat
all
and I are
stop and
only
give
kidding.
Pat a hand for that. That's
That is
awesome.
amazing, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
And she probably reads all of hers too. Like I can do the 1,000-page, but mostly it's audio.
And that's fine, though. That's reading. I did a whole video on
Counts,
this,
yeah.
Storm.
I know, but I'm just saying. I mean, it's a little bit more amazing because she
No,
read
it is. But
that
because, like I say, if I had infinite free time, then I would, you know what I mean? I'm not saying Pat does or doesn't, but,
Right.
if
Yeah,
I
it's
won
a
the
little more of a
lottery-
We're just fast
commitment.
readers. I'm not a fast reader.
That's the other thing is how fast can you read?
Right. But it's still it's a bigger commitment to sit down with a book because that requires your full attention. Whereas if you have an audiobook, you can still multitask.
Go for a walk,
know,
do the dishes,
yeah,
drive to work,
yeah.
all those things. Yep.
So it's a feat for sure to to get
Yeah.
something big red with your eyes.
Mhm. Good for you. It was. Barbara says it was in January. I'm in Washington State, Spokane. So he looked cold.
Oh,
How I don't want to ask how he looked cold, Barbara. I'm just going to leave it at that.
well, he must not.
I
Have
had to say it. This is my channel. I can say
You
that.
can see what I was laughing.
Andreas, I've read the entire Dark Tower series by
Wow.
Stephen King. Well done. My
that's
husband picked one of those up at the thrift store. And it's like this. For some reason, I
Barb-
thought that they were
Barb and
small,
I
but I think I'm
tried
thinking of
to
Green
read
Mile.
that series.
Well, I think some of them are shorter, but I guess
Well,
there are.
First
And
one
the-
was this big, and we couldn't even get through it.
And that
Dark
series,
Tower.
the Dark Tower, isn't that more fantasy than his normal scary stuff?
Yeah, but it was so boring. It was this thick, and we were like, "Yeah, I need to read that." Yeah, I need. Then eventually, we just quit talking about it. We're like, "Who cares about the Dark Tower the series?" We're like,
I can live my life without knowing.
Wow.
I
this is-
collected some of them. I have some of them over here. I don't have.
I
all of
think my
them.
dad really liked those ones. So he also liked The Stand. So clearly he liked books with walking because he also liked what is it? The Lord of the Rings. And I think there's a lot of walking in
There's
Lord
a
of
lot
the
of
Rings.
walking.
Well, and I think like if you're like a diehard Stephen King person or whatever it is,
Probably.
then you can like catch those little nuances in his stories. Like I'll be reading something and I'll hear somebody talk about the Easter egg that was in whatever
yeah.
from the Dark Tower or it was from this or and I've noticed when like that Randall guy has been talked about in a couple of them. I just don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. So I'm like, even if I read it, I probably still wouldn't know that that's what they were alluding to whenever they were talking about such and such. But if they're
Right.
dieharders,
If you're
they
not a
know.
fan, exactly.
I mean, I like reading them, but I'm not like that kind of a fan. Yeah.
My friend actually her and her husband just bought a house down the street from Stephen King
Oh
in
wow.
Maine. Yeah. Because they were looking at a house in this neighborhood and they're like, why are all those people like outside and the realtor's like, that's Stephen King's house? They're like, really?
Why they're all taking
Neither
selfies
one
of
of them
themselves in front of that?
Yeah.
And they still bought the house, man.
Yeah, right. I said, just be careful. Like,
Yeah.
Sonia
The whole
says
new
when I
meaning
lived
to
in
be a
St.
nice
Louis,
neighbor.
right? We had a guy who walked down the street with a baton and a tutu and nothing else, having his own parade.
Oh,
Big
a little
city fun
different.
for you there.
A little different. But have you guys all seen? There's a 1 minute. I highly recommend it, especially if you just need to smile. It's a YouTube video of there was the Pope was coming to visit in some city in Mexico, and this dog thinks that the parade is for him, and he goes the whole route like before the Pope's. And so the dog's like running down the middle of the parade route, and so everybody starts cheering for him, and his smile is so big, and he just keeps looking around, and it's just a one.
I need to look that up.
It is the best video. If you just put in like dog runs, like parade route,
Mhm.
Pope, Mexico, it'll pull up. It's like a minute. It's so fun to watch. It's
Yeah.
well
That's
worth
like
it.
the dog that goes walking with us every day. Like, it won't come anywhere around us, but it walks us every day. Like, but it's like way up there. Like, I try to get pictured, like a video or something,
Mhm.
but he's so far and he's white, he blends in with everything.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he gets just a little bit close to you, and if you try to reach out and he's up there. But he used to bark at us all the time, like when we would first come, and now he started just barking a little bit. And the last couple of days, he just jumps out in front of us and takes off and doesn't say anything.
Oh,
At least
wow.
He's not
He
attacking
just
you.
walks us. He just takes us.
That's us. He's like, oh, great, taking my humans for a walk. Let's go.
Yeah, and the neighbors are like, I don't know why he wants to walk with you guys, but they're like, his name is Jojo, so we're like, we're on our way back, when we turn around, I holler at him, hey Jojo, this way, and before you know it, he's ahead of us again.
Oh, that's
He belongs to
hilarious.
the neighbors. He's not a stray.
Yeah, it's a kind of a funny little story. Like the neighbor's son, seen him out on Main Street, and like he's just going to get ran over because he was just running all over the place
Mhm.
and everything. And he looks kind of like a little terrier dog of some sort, and he was just he's really fast. It took him 3 hours to try to chase him down because like he doesn't want anybody to
Oh, wow.
touch him. And he's running. He goes, here he is chasing him around for like 3 hours and stuff, and he opens up his car and he jumps in. And so he's like, so
Aw.
they took him to the vet and found out they had a chip, and they found out, where he belonged, and it belonged to this old couple that was living kind of around where they saw him running. And he took the dog back, and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know this was your dog. We just found out. And they're like, can you take him? Because we can't handle him. He's just too hyper. Because they were like in their 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're like, we just can't do it. And he's like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with this dog. So he had the dog for like a week. And he's like, Mom, because they live out in the country. And he's like, can you take this dog or whatever? And she's like, at first she wasn't sure, but she goes, I just kind of fell for a little dog. And so she keeps him, but he won't come near them hardly at all. But if you open the door, he'll come in or whatever, or get.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And they told him that his name was Jojo, and so yes, but yeah, he doesn't want. I think I've pet him like maybe 3 times. He's gotten within distance, and lets me pet him a little bit, but then it's like, oh no, I'm petting. And he takes off.
Yeah, exactly. We will have none of that.
I'm like, I'm gonna wear you down, dog.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Nita says, I used to read quite a lot of long books, but I don't read as many any longer. I did finish 4 Past Midnight in March, which was 900 plus pages. Wow.
Well, Barb and I are going to split it into September and October. So.
Very good. Very good. Kay says, no, they're paperback, but the big, like the 5. Okay, yeah, I like those editions of the Outlander books. She said, I stay at home with my son. He's autistic and does virtual school. So unless he needs me, I have time. And I don't sleep much usually anyway.
I guess not. That's a lot of reading. Good for you, Kay. That's amazing.
Well done. Only I haven't counted my audio stuff for the 1,000-page challenge. Need to figure out how to do that. I figure, like, if the book is 200 pages and you read 40 or 50%, you read 100 pages. Like, don't...
Right? I estimate sometimes on those
precisely.
If you read the whole book, then you can just go to like Goodreads and be like, oh, it says it's 400 pages and write that down. That's what I did too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
Yep. Audiobooks come in clutch for me. That's how my challenges are met. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes, Hannah.
I always get distracted while doing audiobooks, so I miss half the books. Audiobooks don't work for me. And that's fair. For some people they do, for some people they don't. Yes, the first Dark Tower book is only like 300 pages. But each book in the series gets longer and longer. I read the first 3, but decided to read his books in publication order to get all the references.
Oh,
yeah, okay. I was talking about like all the little like eggs and stuff.
I read ebooks, listen to audiobooks, or paperbacks. Most people are sound asleep when I am reading. I'm retired and I rent a room. Doing dishes and laundry are my household chores. Excellent. That would be Kyra.
That's how she reads like 17 retro romances to our like 2.
Right?
Kairu right now, he normally gets fed at 5, so he just keeps randomly looking over here and be like,
we're almost done, Kairu. It's almost time for dinner.
Okay.
I need to start dinner soon. Thanks for the sprints. Bop the like. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I listened to some books, and on Goodreads, they say they were 3 pages. The physical copies were like 200 to 300, though. Yeah, if I'm listening to the audiobook, I still always pick the Kindle edition as the book that I'm reading.
And
just because of the page count.
If you can have if you have open time tomorrow, we have reading sprints tomorrow too, on my channel at 5.
Yes, I was going to say. Share that with us.
I don't know where you're at, but 5 Eastern. So,
is there is it just sprints tomorrow?
It's a general Sunday.
Okay, very good, very good.
Yep.
Elizabeth, you got anything good coming up on your channel this week? Or
yes, finally last week I filmed a video about memoir and biography, and I have just finished editing it like right before we started. So I got to try to get that up tonight, and I need to film while I have light. Film a August TBR.
Excellent.
Which kitty is in the background right now?
That's Sweetie. She's one of our oldest ones. She is 12, something like that. Yeah. She's the only one that we let go outside a little bit during the day. But even as she's gotten older, she'll go outside for a little bit in the morning. She thinks she has to go out, but then in a few minutes she's back at the door like, I'm come back.
She's old and indecisive. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
her
and then I have
prerogative.
Yeah, exactly.
This is
Exactly.
our old guy, Boots. He just woke up. He is
Mhm.
16 or 15
Oh,
or
wow.
something, or 17. I don't know.
Oh,
He's
He's
old. He's an
cute.
old guy, but he's
That's the kind of cats I like. The like tuxedo looking.
Oh, look
Mhm.
at how sweet he
know.
is. Oh,
Not a huge cat fan, but I do like that color.
Tuxedos are good
Yeah,
cats. Yeah,
tuxedo.
very personable.
Yeah, he's a sweet
Aw.
guy.
sweet.
What else have you got coming up, Tiffany?
So sprints tomorrow, general sprints 5 p.m. Eastern, and then both of my new releases will come out this week. So tomorrow, the traditionally published Cozy Mysteries for August. There's some good ones that I'm really excited about. And then further in the week, there'll be part 2, which is all the KU self indie published Cozy Mysteries for August. Can you believe we're in
Mhm.
August?
I know, right?
What about y'all?
you, Lauren?
I don't necessarily have anything like coming out, but I have ideas. I mean, I have my
good.
like. I don't know whether they're called the weekly reads or recent reads because I'm going to let it go all the way till the end of July before I do it because I'm like, there's just going to be 2 more days after because usually I do it like tonight. I'll like the
Yeah.
cutoff. I'm just going to go ahead. And so I'll have that whenever, the end of July. And I never did a June wrap up.
You could just do like a
June, July.
yeah.
July wrap up.
Like,
Yeah,
combine
that's what I did with March and April.
Oh.
Or April,
I
May.
was
I don't
like,
know. I put 2 months
It's
together.
already at the end of the month. I mean, do I really want to do like a June or something?
I know, right?
But yeah, so I'll have a wrap up coming soon, and I've been thinking about doing a what's on my Kindle because I've
Yes.
bought a few of books and things lately. And
Oh, do it.
That's they're such fun videos and they're pretty easy to do too. At least I think so.
I've been thinking about doing what's on my cart, or
Yes.
what's on the
Yeah.
bottom shelf of my cart, because everything I don't get to goes on the bottom shelf. So I have this collection of things. It's like I don't know when I'm ever going to get to these.
I know. That's a great idea. Fantastic.
because I get those like the Bookature sends like those emails that get me every time, 99-cent sale.
I know, right? Yes,
And Bookature
please.
is like one of my favorite publishers. So.
Yes, same. I agree. Tomorrow will be my vlog. Monday, my Pick It For Me video. But Tuesday,
Ooh.
I have a 40-minute long book haul.
Nice.
Cool.
Yay.
But since I did that book haul, which I filmed 2 weeks ago,
I
I have about another 60 books. So my original plan was that like every month I'm just gonna do like a cumulative vlog style book haul. I'm like, they're gonna be 6.5 hours long because I can't shut up. So
We don't mind. I just watch them in like chunks.
well, what I said to Garrett is what I think I'm gonna do is that Saturday, I mean I do the sprints on Saturday, but still, what I might do is like just take like 20 books and just do a smaller video until they're, you know what I mean? Like, so that way I think that's what I'm going to do.
Or
I
you
don't-
could like do them like if there's some sort of things that match, you could do them by category.
They're all category romances or throwback books. That's the thing. They're all used thrift. You know what I mean? They're all thrift books. And that's because I'm on an allowance because Garrett's not working. So, we're trying to be good with our money.
Oh.
And I'm allowed $30 a week to spend on books. So I could buy one book for $30 or I could buy 25 books for $30.
Well, that's why I like
Exactly.
it whenever we get to go up to Joplin and stuff and everything, because that's where the used bookstore is. And, that's about, I don't know, about 40 minutes away or whatever. And so we don't go there very often. So I like to go there. And they have that book buffet on the outside. And all you do is give them a donation and you could just grab all the books. And so that's my shopping right there. That's where I get a lot of my category romances, like the older ones. It's where I found Debbie Maycomer, that one
Yep.
I found. I was like, I almost squeed right there. The Harlequin romance, and it's so old school. And I was like, and it's
Yeah,
like,
right?
yeah.
You're like, you don't want anybody else to know.
I
that
tell
you got
everybody
something good.
whenever I haul stuff, I'm like, you might not think I'm excited because I don't like necessarily get like, but I do get excited on the things that I find.
It's true. No, it's true. It's
On my last trip, Storm, I went to Joplin and I went to a couple of used bookstores. There was one that was like a chain store. Is that the one you're talking about, or was it like kind of a little one by an like there was one that was like half was like they sold crystals and stuff, and the other half was bookstore. Have you been to that one? I'm
I have
almost
not,
positive that was
no.
Joplin. So I have to. We'll have
The
to
one that I
find
went
out.
to is
cool,
called
though.
Always Buying Books.
I don't know. I was
I
just
like the name of
reading
it.
a lady from my book club who said she used to own a bookstore and that her son now owns a bookstore. And I want to say his store is either in Joplin or Springfield. So I'll have to get back with her and find
Bob
out. where
is
it
the owner. Bob is the owner of this
Okay.
one, and
Okay.
he's an older man with white long hair and a white
Okay,
beard.
it's probably not her son then, but I'll have to find out more because it's close to you, I think, where her son.
And he cracks me up because on his Facebook he gets so mad at the internet there because where it's located, the only internet they can get is this one provider, and they suck. They're really bad, and so he slams them all the time on Facebook. He has like this sign he's sitting in front of because they don't have internet. I mean, it's a business and everything.
Oh my goodness.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
That's
And
hilarious.
it's like, don't get this internet provider.
Oh man.
That's too funny.
Bob is
Jay is
upset
happy
with
for
this internet
sprints
provider.
tomorrow.
Good, Kay.
Hannah points out your birthday is around the corner, Miss
Yes.
Tiffany.
Oh,
And
happy birthday.
Kevin and I's birthdays are what are we? 4 days. I had to think about it. Mine's the 25th is the 29th. So
There you go. There you go.
we celebrate them together. So it was I
Oh,
had to
that's
think-
nice.
So they're
Yeah,
close
Christy,
together.
hi, Christy. Sorry, we're wrapping up, but thank you for popping in.
Yeah.
In other words, Sarah's is out of control. Yes, Sarah is out of control. That's the problem. Because Garrett's like, you're always finding books. Do you know how easy it is to find category romance books at a thrift store? It's
Right.
like, trying to
What
hit
thrift
the broad.
stores are made of.
Hello.
I'm wanting to get to the Finicky Fox like in August. That's my goal because that's where I really wanted to go for my birthday. I went to the other place. It's kind of like a little birthday thing and everything, but that's the place that I wanted to go because that one has like a ton of books and they have a lot of category romances there and stuff. And so that's
There
like
was
my goal.
There was when Elizabeth, maybe last year or the year before, did a video vlog of like her just going into bookstores across the country when she was on her way to
I did one this year and last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oklahoma, but I think it was last year's. You visited some bookstore that looked like there could have been at just a Harlequin bookstore. Like
Oh yeah. Pea Picker Books. It's in Tyler, Texas.
it
And
was
Sarah
funny.
commented, she was like, she said, Garrett said, so are we renting a U-Haul? And had
Yeah.
It was insane. I
Yeah.
when you pointed it out, I've never seen. I was like, holy.
yeah.
I think that would be like the funnest thing to do is to just pick a route where there's bookstores and just go and like hit all the bookstores with some people. That would be fun, like
Well,
a road trip.
And that's why I did that video about the best bookstores in each state
Mhm.
because the indie bookstores in each state because I thought that it would end up being 2 parts because obviously
Yeah.
but it was just really
Right.
fun because I learned about them and I'm like you, Storm. I'm like we should map out like you can pick people up along the way. You're like, hey,
Right?
Storm,
Exactly.
come
Stop to
story
visit
tomorrow.
people.
Yeah.
We joked today about the thrift store, like the Value Village or Savers in the States that we stopped at. And it's not that far from the river, like, because it's a big, like, lake up there and all those things. That's where we actually spent our honeymoon, was up Peterborough,
cool.
Ontario. So we were saying that we could rent a boat, dock a boat, and then I could get out and go to the thrift store.
Yeah.
Because I'll literally just be sitting on the boat ringing, I'll be like, oh, I'm done this book. Can you dock us by the store, please? And you go pick something up. But it would be fun to do like a get together, like find a place where there's a lot of those really great stores, like in one kind of central-ish area,
Mhm.
and do like a weekend or a 4-day trip or something. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
Mhm. Pat says, bye, y'all. DoorDash has delivered my food. Charging up my Kindle for tonight, listening to Better Late Than Never by Jen
Ooh.
McKinley.
Ooh, great night
Is that one of the
ahead.
library-
Enjoy.
Is that a library lovers book?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so, yeah. So he said, I just visited all the Springfield, what's MO?
Missouri.
Thank you. Bookstores. They were great.
Awesome.
Sonia, you were like about an hour and a half away from me.
Just saying.
Pictures looked really fun. Some of the pictures. Put
Yeah,
up
she was sending me
really
messages and
awesome.
she's like, you should see all the books I'm finding. I'm like, "Arr."
That is awesome.
You know, I need to like before I go to the Finicky Fox, you need to look and see if there's any Blaze books that you like super duper want. Because I swear, no, this one section, this lady has like it's all just Blaze. It's just all.
I have to
like,
tell Garrett, we're going on a road trip this weekend. Pack your bag.
Yeah.
Pack your
We
toothbrush.
are-
Hashtag
because
Yeah.
every time I go there, I'm like, Sarah would just love this.
We had someone donate a bunch of old school category romances. The covers were beautiful. The covers
Oh,
did
that's
used to be
awesome.
delightful, absolutely delightful. But anyway, guys, I gotta go grocery shopping.
Yes, gotta get some goodies.
We need food. I'm hungry. This is not going to fare well for grocery shopping.
Yeah, you should never
It is
stop
what
when
it
you're hungry.
No, I'll have to have like a granola bar before I go.
Yeah.
But thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Everybody in the comments, you ladies. As I said before, the three ladies here will be linked below in the video. So please go and subscribe to their channels if you haven't already. And we will see you all tomorrow on Tiffany's channel at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Bye,
Thanks,
everyone. Thanks,
everybody.
Sarah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.